All right, folks. I think we are live. Trying out some more new stuff, but I think I'm a little bit happier with how things seem to be going so far. But we got Grip and Sip in the chat saying getting fancy now. Trying to Grip and Sip, trying to step my game up, trying to do some kind of stuff that's different to kind of set me apart a little bit. I feel like sometimes a lot of the streams start looking similar in a lot of ways, and it's tough to kind of differentiate a little bit. But shout out to old Dankster. I gave him a little nod to Dankster with my mostly garbage garage golf title for my vertical stream. Getting this putting line hopefully pretty straight. If you're popping in the chat, say what's up. Kind of want to keep testing this stuff, but looks like we got a double Nightbot. Everything look and sound okay from wherever you're watching, hopefully. All right. Let's warm up and hit some shots. So we are doing, in terms of the gameplay, twisted sticks. I guess, first and foremost, for anyone maybe new popping in, welcome to Hosel Golf. This is my garage golf simulator. Pretty budget build. I'm using GSPro, that's the simulator software. My launch monitor, which reads the ball and all the data, is called the Square Golf Launch Monitor. Everything's running on it's a gaming laptop. Ideally, I would have a gaming computer, but gaming laptop. And I'm able to, mostly pretty poorly, but able to hit everything from driver to putter. But we're doing, in terms of playing, we're at least going to do the feel-good tour. So Twisted Sticks Golf Club, it's like a separate kind of club thing on GSPro and SGT. Honestly, it's kind of tough to explain. But anyways, it's like a private league pretty much. We're doing the feel-good tour, which is one of the events. And then we'll see how we're hitting it. We may do, kind of tight. May do the par 3 after. I want to make sure I don't forget. I want to save the pitch and putt and not accidentally do that, because me and Stice Man are going to have a battle of the century. We'll make you popular. What is that, like some agency or something? I appreciate you sending a message, but I will probably politely decline, but I don't know what that is, so. I don't know what it is lately. I come out and like these like easy, granted I'm swinging easy, but these like choke down 3/4 approach wedges always feel pretty good. And then I start swinging harder into my other clubs, and like my feel and contact and how I'm hitting the ball just goes downhill these last couple of days. I think I may need to do a little, I said it yesterday, we did the ladder at the end, so hopefully my wedges are better, but I think I may need to spend a little bit of time doing a little flannel Fleetwood, get back to compressing the ball a little bit better, keeping that weight forward, kind of finish. Not as much left, but more so just like finish lower. And sometimes I feel like I try to subconsciously, I was saying that yesterday, my driver swing, I've been hitting it better with some more speed, which I think is because I'm hanging back on it a little bit, which works really well for driver. With irons, though, that's basically the complete opposite of what you want to do. So I think that's kind of leaking over into some of my iron shots, and I'm hanging back a little bit. So I'm catching them thin, and I'm kind of flipping, I guess, a little bit and kind of trying to help the ball up in the air versus hitting down and through it and compressing it and kind of finish to where, like, think about maybe a divot 6 inches in front of the ball kind of thing. Bulky clothes may be a bit of it too. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, group. It's so colder today. I know you're in the Great White North, but D-Lud, I don't know if D-Lud's in here. He likes the temperature checks. So it's been weirdly kind of not humid, but like I don't know if that's right. 72%, that's the humidity. And then temperature-wise, we're at 36.5. I just went up because I'm holding it. Basically 36.5 degrees Fahrenheit in the garage. But yeah, the bulky clothes aren't ideal, but I would rather these things. I'd wear these so much because they fit well. They don't usually restrict my swing too much, and they have a little bit of stretch. So yeah, a little more layers, a little bit restricting, but honestly, these don't feel too bad. I'd much rather have these layers on and keep my like back and my body and everything warm versus the layer. So it's a decent trade-off. Not ideal. Obviously, I'd rather be in t-shirt and shorts if I could, but you're in the pluses right now. Jessica Johnson, burner counts back. What's up? What's up, Jessica? I remember you from the other day. You asked, I don't know, Jessica, I think I remember you asked, you sent a couple messages the other day, and I think you asked, and I responded like 10 minutes late. I was saying something, and then you asked, so I'm pretty sure it was you. You asked how much this costs. I don't know if you clicked out of the stream before I answered it, but we looks like TikTok got connected, I guess. In terms of what it costs, I answered after. I just forgot. I saw your message. I was talking about something else, and I forgot to answer for like 10 minutes. But call it about 2,500 plus 3 Celsius. What's that Fahrenheit? It's about $2,500, 3,000 somewhere in there. You can go a little bit cheaper, but I'm pretty bare bones in budget friendly compared to a lot of guys. Some people have. You heard was expected to be more expensive, not bad at all. Yeah, I mean, it's really not that bad. So some guys have literally $30,000, $50,000 setups, as crazy as that sounds. A lot of guys are probably closer to like the 10,000 range, maybe 15. But for me, the main things are 28 degrees. So we're similar. I'm 7 degrees warmer. That's actually not bad compared to how cold it's been for you, Grip and Sip. Jessica, if that's your actual name. If not, that's fine too. You can have the burner account. But yeah, most guys are probably, I mean, some guys' launch monitors are 10 grand plus everything else. They have a 4K projector, which is a couple grand, all that stuff. But for me, the main things are the Square Golf launch monitor. That's what's reading all the shots. That's $700 to buy. No subscription, which is nice. A lot of launch monitors have subscriptions. So $700 there. The software GSPro, that's $250 a year. So that's a subscription, but you have to pay for that no matter what. A lot of launch monitors, they make you pay an additional subscription to the launch monitor company to be able to use third-party software like GSPro, which a company like Foresight, if you heard of them, that have like the GC2, GC3, GC Quad, that's like $400 to $500 a year just to be able to use GSPro to spend another $250, which is pretty absurd. So no subscription with the Square, but $700, $250 for GSPro. And then I'm using GSPro because the graphics requires you need a gaming computer. So I'm using a gaming laptop. You could save money if you went desktop, which is like twice as powerful and like half the amount of money. So you could save some there. But my laptop, it's about 2 years old, almost 2 years old now, and it was $1,400. But everything else, like my projector was like $100. This screen was like a little over 100. This Country Club Elite hitting strip was like 70 or 80, I think. This mat was like 50. Gym tiles, like 20, $40. Then you got nets, and these are just black tarps on the side. Call it maybe another $100, $75. That's about it, just to get started. And you don't even need a lot of this. You could just use a TV and hit into a pop-up net. T-shirt and shorts weather. I don't know about that. Double the Celsius and add 30. Really? I remember I looked up Bogeyman when Big Dog was saying stuff. I remember I was asking him if there was a general rule of thumb of how to do that, and it didn't. It seemed like it changed. It seemed like, I think it was around freezing. Seemed like it was close, but then as it got warmer, the little like calculation, the general rule of thumb got wonky. So I don't know. Seems a little silly to spend that much. Looks like you have plenty. Looks what I have is plenty. Yeah, well, I mean, it depends what you want, right? Like some people, they have an entire room in their basement or a finished garage or an attic or workshop or whatever that is completely finished with like flooring. People do heating and cooling with mini splits, insulation, all that stuff adds up like really quick. So I'm bundled up here in 35-degree weather, which isn't ideal. But like I say, cold golf is better than no golf. I saw Stice Man with a chat entry. What's up, Stice Man? That was the cheat code you used. So I'm going to have to remember that. Double the Celsius and then add 30. So 6. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's close. So he said plus 3. So it would be 6, 36. He's 28. It's pretty close. 25 to 30, I guess. Big match on Friday. Me and Stice Man going head to head. Stice Man sent me a headshot earlier. I'm gonna try to do my best with doing a thumbnail that hopefully you guys will find funny or at least entertaining, maybe. Have you seen the TGL setup? The simulator is insane. I have seen TGL. We've talked about that. Honestly, I haven't watched a single one this year. I watched maybe 5 last year. I think like 3 of them were when, like, I watched the first couple, and then I think Tiger was second and third, and I maybe watched 1 or 2 others. Obviously, the setup is awesome with the different areas, so you can hit out the rough, the sand, the fairway, that kind of stuff, and the fact that the screen's so big. Their problem is their system that they use, because Tiger owns it, the full swing. The full swing is terrible. That's their issue. And their software. Their software is pretty bad too. In terms of what the courses look like compared to what the courses look like on here, it's they could have done a lot better. But I don't know. That TGL doesn't do a ton for me. I get if you love golf, it's something to watch, so more power to them if you like it. For me, I don't know. Boog67 here living in your stream. What's up, Boog? We got to schedule our Boog's a player here. I'm going to do the feel good tour here, Boog. We got to schedule me, you, and Frank. We got to run back our break 50 and try to do it. Beat all those stupid designers. 3 Celsius is 37 Fahrenheit. Oh, Grip and Sip. So did he do the Grip and Sip do the math wrong before? Get you there roughly. As long as I'm in the ballpark, Stacy's happy. That's what they get you close. 10 degrees, 50. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Let's roll. Appreciate you finding the stream, Boog. You're what? Top. Boog's a player. Boog is top 3, top 5 in Twisted Six. Anyone watching, I'll probably mention it a couple times, but if you have Amazon Prime, which a lot of people do, I'd really appreciate if you. I posted a video on my Discord. It literally takes 60 seconds. If you have a Amazon Prime account, which a lot of us do, because Amazon owns Twitch, you can get a free Prime sub, which works the same as a YouTube membership. But great way to support the channel if you're so inclined, which I would greatly appreciate. At literally no extra cost, it's free. You get one free Twitch sub with Amazon Prime. So if you link your Twitch account if you have one. If not, you can just make one real quick with an email. That video shows you how to do it, but I would greatly appreciate it. 100% free way to support the channel at no extra cost. Grip and Sip did it yesterday. Crushing It did it. Glitchy Golf did it. You can see their names down below now. Guarantee I did the conversion wrong. I'm just giving you the Google facts. Golf Nut in the house. It seems like some of you golf nut. Are you playing tonight with some of the Twisted guys, it seemed like? I'm getting too quick. I'm trying to swing harder. I'm getting too quick. I got to slow down the backswing and do the little commish pausey pause at the top. Slow down the backswing and transition. Also, it's just thin. I'm pulling up on it. They're doing some kind of, I think, tree trimming or road work outside. If you hear, you may be able to hear the hum of the machines out there. Not much I could do about it, but I figured if you were wondering what that was. But these mics are pretty good. They pick up on a lot. Yesterday I had to run inside because I said I heard a truck backing up. I could hear the beeping. And when I went back and watched some of the stream, you could actually hear it. So I'm wondering if I can hear that outside, you may be able to hear the hum of that. But that's what it is. All right, that was better. I stayed down on it. I think part of it too, I do it outside. But some of it is the habit of as soon as you hit it, you want to look up to see where it's going instead of just staying down and just kind of finish your swing and then look up. I think that's part of it too. Like the shot and the information is not going anywhere. I just got to focus on actually staying down on the shot and then look where it goes. Oh, and then we're back to thinning it. You think so? If you guys stream it, I'll watch. I don't know if I'll do any of the money stuff. I'm personally not a big gambler, but it'd be fun to watch. Also, in terms of the Twitch stuff, again, really easy to do. I know if you haven't used Twitch before, you probably have no idea what it is, but it's just a streaming platform similar to this. And like I said, with the Amazon Prime, you get a free one. But if anyone happens to do it while I'm live, a cool thing pops up on the screen and reads out your name. All right, we're going to get a couple of these pitching wedges back up towards 125. Verify that the round, show my ID at the door. All for what, $11? I get it, though. If you guys are putting up money, you want to make sure everyone's doing stuff legit. Hit down. Hit down. No idea what Twitch is. It's basically the same thing as this, just a streaming platform. But if you have Amazon Prime Golf Nut, I posted it in the Discord. It's a 1-minute video of how to do it. You can just sign up. If you don't have an account, you just sign up with the same email as your Amazon account, and it takes 2 seconds to link it. And then you just you can subscribe. Basically works the same as a YouTube membership for free. 100% free. Not like it's free for the first month, then you start paying. It's 100% free. Hope to get at least one round or league play in tonight. Depends how late my curling match goes. Curling, huh? Watch for the tee or for the divot. Don't look up. No divot inside. Yeah, I gotta just stay down on it, Boogeyman. Got clearance from the boss to join at 7:30. I saw that too, Take It Low. I saw that you had, what was it, volleyball or dance or something got canceled. So you can go on early. There it is. Just gotta try to take the divot, Bogeyman. Try to take a divot. It's crazy, like those little things, which sometimes you just forget, but those little things like that make a huge difference in terms of striking the ball and having it go as far and left and right in terms of where you want it to go. All right, 152. Still a little bit thin on that, but that's not bad for an 8. I like seeing this go closer in the neighborhood of about 155, 160, so not far on that one. On 49. Anyone interested in playing that haven't faux divot? Anyone that's interested in playing the Thursday Night Thunder poll, I think is up for one more day. I did it on Sunday, which I think was for 3 days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think it closes out sometime tomorrow. Get your vote in if you want to play Thursday night. I think I'll text Bogey's Backyard. He seemed like he wanted to keep playing, but I don't know if he checks Discord a ton. I'll probably do that right now before I forget. Joe just posted I didn't know what the heck he was talking about. He posted something in Twisted Stick saying, I greatly appreciate everyone showing up for their team pictures today. He's doing 2-man pictures of the scramble teams. All right. Sent Bogey's Backyard a message. Faux divot. Faux divot. Faux. I know it means fake, but that's one of those words you can pronounce it a couple different ways. Wish I remember that last week. Thin and everything. I have a problem with that too, Golf Nut. When I go outside, I catch things a little bit thin. Because usually in the mats here, you don't try to hit down a ton. I know Stice is really steep, but I have to adjust with that too to where I go outside and I feel like for the first few holes, I'm like thinning everything because I'm afraid to, for whatever reason, really hit down on it. But like that one I pulled up on. I kind of sweep the ball anyways. I'm not super steep. It's like that Tiger video where he says when he's flushing it, he doesn't take divots. Obviously, I'm no Tiger. No Tiger Woods, to say the least. But I'm not one of those guys that take like beaver pelts divots either. Sometimes, too, your body just doesn't listen to what you're trying to tell it. That mind-body connection just doesn't work. I'm trying to hit down on these, and I'm still just sculling them. Maybe it was the Tiger and he wasn't taking divots. I mean, it could be. Maybe Tiger showed up. You see him down there in Florida? Past couple of days, for whatever reason, I just can't get comfortable behind the ball. I don't know what it is. Better. You just tell automatically between the feel and the sound of it. All right, let's roll a couple putts, a couple drivers, and then we'll do it. What's up, Hoosier? Hoosier in the house. He forgot to give you his scoring ability. You shot, didn't you say though, your first 2 rounds were like 80-80 or something? And then you said you fell off a little bit? 0-0. I mean, do we have to hit anymore? Let me know. I think everything's, no one said anything yet, but I think everything's working right. One thing I was thinking about was yesterday people were all surprised about the vertical thing. And granted, I kind of just went back to it, but I did that. I had that idea like 2 years ago. If you go back on my streams, one of the first couple streams that I started doing, I was outside in the backyard like 2 years ago with the Garmin R10, and I did basically that same vertical layout. So not exactly something that I started like just doing. I'm kind of just going back into it, but I figured that out a couple years ago, and for whatever reason, I just stopped doing it. But I told Dankster, I mentioned at the beginning, shout out to Dankster for the mostly garbage garage golf title for the vertical. He said he's getting beat up at work, so I'll have to watch it later. But little nod to the old Dankster. First day was great. Back to the old me. 98, 91, 90. Oh, really? They're in GSPro? What were they? You weren't near. I would have remembered if you were there. I don't think you were that close, but have you ever been to the Villages? I was talking to Bogey's Backyard last Thursday Thunder about it. I love it down there. All right, well, the draw is drawing. We just got to control it a little bit. Champions Game Southern Dunes. Not familiar. Better. 266, 157, but no draw. Still a little spinny. Started Southern Dunes, super proud to tell you. 180 bunkers. Not thrilled to hear the news he was delivering. I found, though, when I play down in Florida in the Villages, different. I don't know about where you're at, Golf Nut, but the sand, at least, I mean, it depends on the course, right? How well they upkeep it, but the bunkers down there that I play in for the most part, they're all really soft, fluffy sand. So you can hit through it really easy, and it doesn't feel like I suck out of the bunker, so it doesn't really feel like you have to do anything crazy. Versus around here where I play, it's like wet, hard-packed sand, which is like chipping off a tight lie almost, and you have to really dig down to the bunkers. The stuff down in Florida, I don't know if that was the same there, probably was. Nice and fluffy, so the ball comes out really easy. You can kind of just hit, at least what I do, I just hit basically a normal chip out of it. Did legs yesterday, so we'll see how that turns out for me. Harpender here. All right, that's what we want. That's what we want for most of the drives. I can live with that all day. Let's do it. I think I may have to download this Wild Rock. I feel like I played this recently, but I try to delete the courses every like week or two. So I do download so many of them between the leagues and the scrambles and Thursday Thunder and everything. It just ends up slowing down your computer if you got a ton of extra stuff you don't need there. All right, Twisted Feel Good. Tips Tours at Walalay, Hawaiian course. Feel Good Tour. Let's see if there's any of these I can get rid of. I just keep the ones that I feel like if someone comes over, I would say, like if I scroll through these and say like, oh, that was really fun. I only keep the ones that I intend to go back to again. And personally, there's so many now. When I first got GSPro, I was like, okay, I'm going to download all of them. But even this one, like Landman, yeah, it's fun, but I can just download it again. And instead of having 700 megabytes taking up your space on your computer, and ooh, a little lag on GSPro there. I don't know. I just delete them, and I can just download them again if I want them. Helps if I can actually see. I did really like, I'll leave Paradise Canyon. That course was nice. That's probably big, though. Pikewood I like. That's a Run Pud Run Patreon exclusive there. I got to get back to doing some more. Santa Teresa, we'll get rid of Santa Teresa. Starlight Pines, we'll get rid of this. Actually, no, that's cool. Under the Lights. Loma Club at Night, I like that one too. Top of the Rock, Tobacco Road, Torrey South. Twisted Sticks, we can get rid of that. I think that may be next week for my league. Not the pitch and putt, but the actual Twisted Sticks. That was one of those I was talking about it yesterday. Wolf Creek we can get rid of. Same thing with Landman. A lot of the leagues and tours, as soon as a course comes out that people like every league and every tour goes to it. So Landman, that was the thing. So I try to wait like a couple months to do it again. Same thing when Twisted Six came out. So I added it to my list right away, but I want to give a little bit of break in between so people aren't playing the same course for like 5 different leagues. But I think Landman this week and probably Twisted Six next week, the actual course. All right. Played honestly pretty bad yesterday. It was about as bad as a 2-under could have been on my league. Normal firm 11, 800 feet, 8-foot gimmies. Let's do it. Shut up, Nightbot. Yeah, I was just thinking C-Drum's going to have an aneurysm. Now that I have 2 streams going, it's going to send it to both, so it's going to double up on everything. So C-Drum's going to be able to get double the Nightbot hate. C-Drum, do me a favor if you have a second. Go over to Twitch and just try to send a message in the chat to see if it goes through. I was testing it before, so I think it'll work, but hey, I appreciate you, Gucci Golf. He was watching over on Twitch already. I changed your name, Glitchy. If you can see down below, Glitch. I changed it to your YouTube name. I don't know if you can change Twitch or not, but I'll have to remember that's you. Appreciate you testing it out though. First time chatter, it says. Like the idea. I did notice SUT in multiple leagues, same course, same week. Yeah. That's why I just try to space it out. Like Twisted Six is awesome. Joe did such a good job, but a bunch of people, because it's so awesome, a bunch of people did it. Same thing with Landman, a lot of those courses. So I just try my best. I have a list of probably 75 courses that I want to eventually do for my league. I just put it further down in the list. So give time people to kind of forget about the course a little bit and then be excited to play it again. But all right, here we go. Wild Rock Golf Club. Maybe this was not what I was thinking of, but first hole, par 5, dogleg left. We'll hit the flyover. Short. Thanks, C-Drum. All right, seems like it's working. See, Glitchy Golf was at least nice with this test. C-Drum just comes in here and just starts talking trash right away, but I guess I should have expected that. Why am I putting this down? I gotta tee this up. All right, we had a good week last week in Twisted Sticks. I don't know. I think we shot 10 under on Feel Good and 8 under on Stroke Play. I don't have quite those expectations. I didn't expect to do it last week either, but I think if I could get to about, I think 5 under here for the Feel Good, half of last week would be decent. We'll see what we're working with the leaderboard once we get going. Oh, there you go. You switched it. Taking my in. There it goes. Yeah, I did notice that, C-Drum. I don't know why. When I was testing it, the Twitch would go through right away. I think it's maybe because that is a permanent chat to where like you could, I was testing it even when I wasn't live. That chat on Twitch is just permanently there. So even if I'm not live, you can still go in and say stuff. So I think it just constantly stays connected. But yeah, YouTube was a little bit slower, but at least they're going through. At least I can read them. You guys can see them on the screen. So that's the main thing. 30 seconds later. Part of it, I mean, what I just said, it's definitely slower on YouTube. I noticed that. I'm also slow. So responding to it between me being slow and reading slow is a different story. But yeah, you can tell from how quick it pops up on the screen or not. Hey now. Oh, we're going to be blocked out. 900 backspin. Well, I drew it. Oh, never mind. We're fine. 157 out of the rough. Do a little 8 iron. Not even little, just stock 8 iron. Dang it. Another thin heel shot. It's a birdie putt, but this is the story of yesterday. Just like 50, 60-foot putts every single time. Now we got a 62-foot putt for birdie. Tough to score when you're giving yourself 60-footers. This is a 1, 2, 3, almost a quadruple breaker. I don't know. We'll try that. I thanked you separately, C-Drum, but appreciate you with the Prime sub on Twitch. You were the first one. Oh, not bad. Decent run at it. Oh, never mind. That was Eagle. I forgot it was a par 5. Yeah, for Eagle. I just realized that's nice. I was like, man, it's another 60-foot putt. I thought I was just about to say, all right, we're in for par. But that was a par 5. All right, 1 under. We're on the train. Eagle, not birdie. Yeah, thanks, Golf Nut. Twitch does seem smoother on my end as well. Huh. I went back and looked. You guys have no idea how much time and effort it took setting this stuff up over the past few days. I'm still not even quite there. There's going to be stuff that I thought I was ready to go yesterday, and half the stuff didn't work. There'll probably be stuff today, but I think we're at least gaining on it. But I went back and looked at some of them. The streams seemed they were all about the same. I didn't notice one way or the other. For whatever reason, though, Twitch, stopped the stream like halfway. I don't know if my computer lost connection or something, but it like split it up into two. I don't know if that's common or not. I did notice that, but it seemed like I went and checked on the computer and they were all at 1080p, which is basically all I want. So a real sub sandwich though. Yeah, I mean, little chicken sandwich with some seasoning on it, CDrum. All right, 1 under. That was for Eagle. Thank you guys. You guys are paying more attention to apparently this golf than I am. Where are we going? What did we do this for? Was this like a Thursday Thunder or something? Was this the big one I went over the trees maybe? I feel like I had just played this, but I don't know what it was for. We'll go with that. Oh boy. This is the one thing. We got another deload troll. This is one thing because I won't be able to time these deload people out quite as easy doing it this way. White bread with plain chicken on it. Hang on. Hang on. Don't. Oh, it's firm. It's going to go in the deep rough. Stay in the rough. Stay in the rough. Stay in the rough. All right. Let's see if that wedge work helped out yesterday. 60, down 7 out of the rough. So we're down about 58, up another probably 61, 62-ish. 10 degrees down. I think we need about a 55. Deload fan club. Yeah, I don't. Maybe it's Deload's burner account. I mean, I don't know. I thought at the beginning. I don't want to give it too much attention, but I thought at the beginning it was like his actual friends just like having fun with him, like CDrum does with me. But I don't think it is, and I don't know about you guys, but Deload's been nothing but nice to me. So I don't know where some of that comes from, but. Yikes. Well, wedges, I mean, it wasn't a terrible swing, but that was supposed to be 10 yards less. So apparently we may need to do the ladder again. All right, this one, not quite a 60-footer, but this one is for birdie, right? So we'll be happy with a par. 33. D-Love everywhere. Double breaker. This thing snaps pretty good on this hill. But then it comes back. That may be too much. Low percentage, but we want to at least give it a chance. Come back now. Come back now. Come back now. Oh. All right, par. 1 under through 2. We all need a self-deprecating burner account. That's what I have CDrum for. Small mind jealousy. Yeah, again, in the past, what I've done, I just time them out. I don't have that capability quite as easy now, so I'm just going to opt for the just the ignore. And you guys, I would recommend you guys do that too. Because it's weird. Like, it'd be one thing, like, I could take it. People come in here, they want to clown on me and talk trash. That's fine. Honestly, I welcome it most of the time. But at the end of the day, it's just they want whoever it is, the same person or multiple people, they just want a reaction, good or bad, and they're probably just giggling. So I'm gonna hopefully not contribute to that, and I would say for you guys, same thing, but all right, let's hit a draw, but not a hook. Or another hook. Simmer, simmer, stay in the rough, stay in the rough. $55 out of the rough. Up to 56. Probably like a 58, 59, 60. So I need another. It's probably about the number. Need like a 55. That's short. 48. Get a bounce. Get a bounce. Lucky firm bounce there on the fringe. I think the rough, but all right. A little more manageable birdie putt. No such thing as bad publicity. I agree, but I wouldn't say I want to move on, but I don't think D-Lo would appreciate it. 20 D-Lo chats to drown it out. I don't need a burner account. Pretty good self-deprecation on the regular. Break 50 tomorrow night. Noted. Yeah. I mean, I think that's just the. I mean, there's a couple ways to handle it, right? But I think that's probably just the best way. So, I mean, you guys are welcome. You can send your D-Lo love in here too, but you can also just go over to his channel and send it there too, which would probably be more effective. All right, uphill, it's breaking. We'll try it. 18-ish. Oh, I even pushed it. Par. Fourth hole, par 3. Who's your third person? Who do you guys have? Stice. That's a good team right there. Stice Man, Golf Nut. Who's your third? All right. Halfway decent 9-iron here. Come on. Gotta get back to hitting irons better. Those are usually what saved me. Nope. Horrendous. That was about 20 yards less than what I wanted. What am I doing? Oh, King Henry VIII. Fill up on ibuprofen and be ready. Advil's your friend. I think I streamed him once. King Henry VIII. He's a good designer. I think I streamed him once on the original Twisted Designer Cup. And I think I watched him play one other time with Joe. That's about it, though. I don't really remember a ton about his swing or like handicap stuff like that. All right, another, what was that, up 18, 65-footer or so. Not terrible speed. I pulled it, but here we go. Poor TK didn't know what the heck was going on the other day. Zona 5 under, Bravo's 3 under. I'm in third place right now, 1. Zona had I think he won this last week too. Zona's been putting together some good rounds. West Coaster. It's gonna be a baller. I can feel it. couple more birdies here would be nice, considering this is supposed to be a feel good. Ooh. Is this not driver? Yeah, it's 260. That's not driver. So we're going to go there and we're going to hit 3-wood. I would likely hit driver bad anyways, and it may work out, but on the off chance that I hit it good, this is just not a smart driver hole. We'll see if this works. I tried doing the stupid bottle cap 3-wood yesterday and it didn't go so good, but I feel like just get it up and off the ground a little bit. Still feel like I hit it. Great looking course. It does look good. I'll do another flyover on the next one. Secret weapon from the land of the Pacific. Yeah, I hope you guys all do good. I like our chances as a team with Boog and Frank. We could get Robot Frank oiled up, ready to go. All right, it's fine. Pretty that was actually a low heel draw, which means the face was way shut. So it was which it was 3.9 into out swing, and the fact that was as low in his heel as it was and still drew, it was 0.9 close to the target, which is relatively close. I think I'm getting a little too quick in terms of the release. 43 out of the rough uphill. A 45, maybe like a 47. So I need like a 40, 42. Maybe we'll try the big dog method of just saying the number a bunch of times. 42, 42, 42, 42. 40.6. Release, release, release. 42, I think would have been short anyways. I don't know if you know this, maybe you do, but I cannot see the Twitch messages on here. I can only read them because you have that window open on your stream. So you're saying, I think I know what you mean, Golf. You mean that it's not, there's no way to put it, there's no way because they're separate platforms, there's no way to put the Twitch messages. There's not much over there anyways, but I think it's just Glitchy Golf over there. But, which I appreciate Glitchy Golf for watching, I'm not saying that, but it's not like you're missing a ton. The only thing I can do is just put it, Lone Wolf, the only thing I can do is just put it on the screen. There's no way to like actually combine to where you see it in your chat, at least that I know of. Maybe that's possible, but I don't think, basically, as you would assume, the different platforms, they don't want to integrate with their competition, which is understandable, but I don't think there's any way other than just seeing it on the screen to bring them over. Unfortunately. By the way, if anyone's on the vertical, how is that chat over there? Is that too big, too small? Not a good spot? All right, 22. Yanked in. It's too much. Stop.
F Golf's tip $1.99 through Super Chat. Pick up Clubs Day.
Let's go, FFK. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the Super Chat. I missed the, it doesn't, why does that not, that didn't come through on the, well, I mean, it came through, but I can't see it on the chat. It still read it out. I think the animation still worked, but the other one, can I change something? Appreciate you, FFK. Exciting. Flying Fat Kid's got his Maltby clubs that apparently got lost in the warehouse from what I heard. Let me see here. Okay. Okay, I think maybe I had to select one other thing. Maybe that'll work now. Appreciate you, FFK. Appreciate the Super Chat as always. All right, we'll do the flyover here. Glitchy Golf said it's a good-looking course. Exciting though, Flying Fat Kid getting his new irons. I think Flying Fat Kid, there's an adjustment period. There'll probably be a honeymoon period and an adjustment period. Hopefully, mostly honeymoon. But I think give it a month or so to where you really feel comfortable with them. I feel like you'll probably knock off 5 strokes off your average round just by using those clubs because they're so much more consistent and controllable versus the game improvement. Gucci Golf said, I honestly think it's better over here. I can read everything. My messages are way faster. Well, hey, if you guys want to go check it out, toss me a Prime sub while you're over there. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, Golf Nut. I figured I kind of knew what you meant. I don't think there's any way to do it like what you're talking about. I think this is the best that we can do. Happy day for FFK, 100%. FFK will be back. FFK, let's go. The boys are all happy. I think the boys, well, obviously Flying Fat Kid's going to be the happiest, but I think the boys seem like they're pretty happy for Flying Fat Kid too. He's been a busy, busy boy lately. We got to get him back in the sim on a regular basis with his new clubs. You're going to play tonight? Let's go. I'll be watching for sure. I play this course a couple times a year in real life. Sneaky good course. Wisconsin Dells. Yeah, I noticed that it was Wisconsin. Did you? I think now that I put 2 and 2 together, I think I saw you recommend this, Murph. Maybe that's where I saw it, in the Twisted Six. Who was this? Golfer God? I think that's, he's got a couple different names. He's popped into the streams a couple times, I think. I'm trying to remember what his name was. Stop yapping in golf? Well, word gnaw. We got golf between the yapping. Kind of the whole point of this, the streaming. I mean, I could just turn my mic off and just do ASMR golf, but I think part of the fun is, or most of the fun is going back and forth with you jackwagons. But we'll get golf in here. I appreciate you stopping into the chat. Par 5. Let's see if we can carry this. Get about 160 ball speed out of this for Mr. Gnaw. Or Mrs. $156, $268. Not bad. A little spinny still. He's working his way around the Wisconsin courses. What was his name? David? Was that his name? David like Henkel or something? I remember he would come in the streams and it would have like his name on YouTube. And I had it took me a little while to put 2 and 2 together. All right, 186. Haven't been striking really irons that great in general, but especially long irons. So I'm going to try a smooth 6 and hopefully par 5. We're within like 20 yards with a chip, if not a putt, would be nice. Shut up and dribble. Yeah, David F. Yeah, thanks, Fine Fat Kid. Stop yapping, wrong channel. I know, we do honestly more yapping than we do golfing a lot of times, so. Oh, I hit it good. Or better. This may be really good. Simmer. Go in. Oh, no, I should have pulled the pin. No. I was watching a track. That was coming in hot. These stupid pins in GSPro. That was almost a 186-yard hole out. That was dead center of it, too. I don't know. That may have just, like, hit the cup and bounced out. Oh. See, every once in a while, we stop yapping and play a little golf. Man, we're in the fairway. I can probably putt this. Dang it. You think that would have gone if I pulled that pin? Who was I telling the other day? I've been telling a bunch of people. Zona was the one that told me. Pull the pin. I was going too fast. Nice shot. Apparently, you can do it on the fly. You can't pull it for someone else, but you can pull your own on the fly. Honestly, it started to track, and I started to walk back, and it crossed my mind, but it's tough running back to a keyboard that quick as you're watching it. Need a default pin pull slider. Would have made it if you weren't yapping. Hey, it's all good. I appreciate your name's really dark, but Word Knob One. I appreciate you stopping in. We're just having fun with you. I don't know who's always preaching pull the pin. Well, I mean, pull the pin. Usually, I'm like, I tell people 20, 30-yard shots, pull the pin. On 186, you don't expect to do that. But I was telling someone the other day how to pull it, and I was saying, he was like, oh, so you have less ricochets. And it made me think, the way that these react, maybe I think I mentioned it with Big Dog too, the way that these pins react in the game are almost like they're metal. And in real life, with the fiberglass pins, I don't hit a ton of pins outside, but they're a lot softer. You don't get that big of a ricochet. So I think GSPro could use a little bit of an update in terms of how it actually reacts off the pin. I mean, 186 yards, that was coming in hot. But even on chip shots, it bounces pretty good, as if like the material is closer to like metal than fiberglass. But either way, Houston brutalized Allen earlier in the season. Oh, I missed your first one, Black Cloud. Pats look shaky at first, so the Bills. Hope your Pats beat Houston in case Bills beat Denver. Don't want to see Houston again. If my profession isn't in the lumberjack business, I'm going to be a little disappointed. It's not, but you're not the first person to say that. Yeah, Black Cloud, I was hoping, good to see you back in the stream. I was hoping, if you remember, a couple things. When you were saying earlier, in like middle way through the season, you're saying Pats were looking good and like the Bills are falling off. And I was saying, yeah, I mean, they look good. But I was saying for the past like 2 months now that you got to watch out if Buffalo makes the playoffs, because they're a way more experienced team that's been there before. I wouldn't be surprised if they make a pretty good run to AFC Championship, and even if they can get past Denver. Denver's defense is obviously great, but I'm just worried about the same thing you're saying, shaky at start. I talked about it a little bit yesterday, but the Patriots' new team, young quarterback. I know Vrabel's coached before, but younger coach, all things considered. There's a lot of kind of question marks of not knowing how people are going to react versus a more veteran team that's been there before. So I don't know. I'm optimistic with the Pats. I don't have the highest expectations, but I said all season I was rooting for them against them last year, if you remember that, or not last year, 2 years ago, maybe last year too, when I was doing those putting streams, Black Cloud, and I was actively rooting against the Pats. And I was saying up until now, this season would be a massive success if they even made the playoffs and were like a wild card team, which they did. They ended up winning the division, which is even better. But yeah, a little bit shaky. I think nerves kind of got to him a little bit. Drake May, actually, he had like a decent stat-wise game. He had like 283 yards or something. Didn't light the world on fire, but they were actually moving the ball. They just couldn't finish a drive. They couldn't punch it in, so they kept getting field goals at the end. But Drake had those 2 turnovers. He had, I think, the interception that got tipped, and then he had the fumble, which wasn't great. But he was moving the ball. He wasn't as effective as he has been for most of the year. He was moving the ball. He just wasn't able to finish drives. But let's see if we can roll this in for Eagle after all that yapping. 17. I don't know what the beginning of this does, but we'll try that. This would be nice. I don't know if I hit it and I pulled it. Not even close. All right, easy birdie though. Auto pull pin feature is a must. That would be cool. Denver is stupid lucky and decently talented. Yeah, I mean, they had some of those games where defense won. I would put Bo Nix as more of a game manager type of quarterback versus like a true. I mean, he's good. He's a young quarterback. I'm sure he'll get better. But in terms of like franchise quarterback type of guy, maybe not quite. But Brady was also kind of a game manager at the beginning of his career too. So, Rich Ellis, I get the wrong email. I thought this was golf. This is me hanging out with the boys. This is what this is, with a side of golf. And we're 2 under. Lumberjack fetish algorithm gutter. Injuries are piling up positions. Most wide receivers are wearing now. He's out for the season. Defense has a ton of holes also. Yeah, I would say generally Buffalo has underperformed. They were Super Bowl favorites. I think they underperformed most of the year. We'll see, but I was rooting for Pittsburgh last night. I thought that would have been a much easier game for the Pats than the Texans, but it is what it is. The Patriots are capable, for the first time in a long time, Patriots are capable of hanging basically 40 points on a lot of teams. So it's going to come down to finishing those drives, being able to punch in the actual touchdowns, and then hopefully defense plays as good as they did against the Chargers, and I like our chances. We play Sunday afternoon, I think. We play... There's 2 games Saturday and 2 games Sunday. We play Sunday at I think Saturday is 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock, and I think Sunday is 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock. We play at the 3:30 on Sunday. He tries to golf anyway. I try sometimes, XINGGM. All this football talk. Did you see what the PGA did to Brooks Koepka? I did not. I saw he was back. I heard that he made his return, and there's going to be, they said, certain, I guess, sanctions or penalizations against him. I don't know what that looks like. Maybe, Gucci Golf, you have the details? Usually, Black Cloud used to be the guy that would come in here with all the breaking news. Not ideal. All right, it's fine. 255 carry. A little bit of stutter there too. Super Bowl favorites the last 6 seasons according to Vegas. No excuses now if they don't make it. Yeah, I feel like this is the weakest though the team's been Black Cloud in a couple years. There's teams were way stronger the past 3, 4, 5 years than it is seemingly now, but he's back, but had huge financial penalties? Huh. Am I taking on XINGGM like Luma tried? XINGGM doesn't want the smoke. Next time, me and Luma, I think we're going to do 1T again, but he's going to go to that indoor sim place and actually be able to hit his driver. He's ineligible for big money events, has to donate. Someone said he's going to lose out on 53 to 68 million in earning potential? What? Can earn upwards of 50 to 80 million or whatever they're saying. What? You're saying after that he can't, or he can't win anything up until that? That's a wild number. How's that for golf talk? I was not expecting that. I thought it was going to be like split the purse with PGA for the first 3 events kind of thing. What was the deal? What was the deal with his live? Did his live contract end and he just didn't renew, or did he leave early and is still getting paid, or voided some of the contract? How'd that work? Donate $5 million to the charity of his choice. He's ineligible from big money tournament winnings. Live contract expired. So you saying he's going to lose out on earning potential? Maybe, you guys may not know the details. Is he able to basically call it 50 million? Is he able to make up to 50 million? Then anything after that he can't, or is it he needs to give away and void everything up until 50 million and then he makes after that? Because that's a pretty big difference. All right, 80 yards. I'm gonna have to warm up. Warm up after all this talking. All right, let's go. We hit it 80. Come on, be good. Spin, spin, spin. Charity of his choice. Punishment for 5 years. There's also more players for live. Poor Brooks might have to eat ramen noodle. 100 million from live should have helped a bit. Send you a link of the punishment. All right, 10 playing 7. No, no, no! I tried to hit it 5. Oh, thank God. That's one of those greens. I knew I could not hit that long. I tried to hit it like 5 feet. That's one of those where you hit it long and it rolls all the way off the front. All right. Par, but at least that wasn't like a double. Money concerns are a non-issue. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously he's outside sponsors. He got generational wealth with Liv, and he was already very well off, obviously, from winning all those majors and stuff. Is he able to compete in majors? For him, it's more, to me, based on what those details sound like, and he agreed to, now is more about going back to where he really wants to be in terms of legacy. So, I mean, he's still, love him or hate him, what he did with those majors for that run, he's one of the best golfers in history. So I think it's more about legacy and trying to build on that than it is about money. So he basically said, all right, I made enough money. We'll deal with this and we'll just go back to where I want to be, is what it sounds like to me. That's pretty wild, though, that was obviously that, in order to come to that agreement, there's a good amount of back and forth. Imagine what the PGA started at. Like, the PGA's initial offer was probably like 10 years, 500 million, and they probably negotiated down to 5 and 50 to 80 is probably what they ended up on. I'll check a Black Cloud. He was always allowed to compete in majors. He just sucked the last 8. Oh, that's true. That's a good point. Gonna watch him at the Phoenix Open. Scored a sweet ticket on the 16th for Saturday today. That's awesome. That'd be one of those tournaments. I've never been to a professional tournament, but that would be an awesome one to go to. Assuming that's probably a lengthy article, Black Cloud. I may look at that after. Draw more than that. That truck out there, whatever they're doing, is getting louder, so apologies if you can hear that. PGA requirements mean that the young guys that took the liver out have no options. So he's clear for the 500 million he took from Liv. I don't know about 5. I don't know if it was 500, but I get the point. It was probably, probably 100. I'm sure Bryson was probably around there too. I mean, you're talking about 9-figure payday. Maybe 150. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 30, 40, 50 million a year kind of thing for those like 3 years, however long he was there. Speaking about like the payout structure and stuff, though, when all those numbers came out from Liv, I don't think a lot of people realized that because all that money was guaranteed, they needed to have a threshold of, if they're winning a tournament, like a Liv tournament with the purse of like 20 million, they need to, if they win that tournament, they don't get that extra 20 million. That 20 million gets taken out of their contract, and then if they win through their contract, then they start earning the extra money. 55 uphill out of the rough. All right, that was not enough. Come on, keep going. Trickle, 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 trickle. $500 for 3 years. Are you serious? Is that true? Definitely 500. Wow, I didn't think it was that. I didn't think it was that much. Wow. I mean, at a certain point, obviously, 100 million versus 500 is a pretty big difference. But when you're into the 100, what is that, deca millions? When you're into the hundreds of millions, I feel like at a certain point, your life doesn't change a ton. Like, he's already got a private jet. He's probably got a couple mansions, any car he wants. Like, I don't know if there's a ton of stuff you can do with 500 that you can't do with 100, but that's a crazy number if that is actually what they paid him. What the heck was Bryson then? Because Bryson is bigger now than Brooks was. Brooks is probably a bigger name when he signed, but Bryson now, with everything he does, wonder if he's renegotiated. 13. Like, if that's the case, then that makes me think Bryson's up towards like $1 billion contract. With probably some equity as well. Wow, that snaps. No, don't need driver. 134. Can we actually hit a pitching wedge the way we want? Ever been shopping for PJs? Those bad boys add up. Plus a helicopter and a yacht. Extra cash. I have not been private jet shopping yet. Maybe a couple more Prime subs and a couple more super chats will get there. Yeah, I mean, it was inevitable though, Black Cloud. Like, I think there was regrets both ways pretty much the entire time. And the power dynamic.
At Richelus1379 tipped $4.99 through Super Chat. It not 50 million, but you're free of your contract. Good playing last week in Twisted.
Thank you, Rich. Let me I noticed that was the chat was a little bit in front of that. There we go. Appreciate you, Rich. That's very kind of you. $5 super chat. It's still not showing up on my end over here. I know you saw it on the screen. I could hear it. I don't know why that's not coming through on what I'm looking at, but appreciate you, Rich. And I forgot, I will turn off the ads on the main stream, courtesy of Mr. M Town Barber and Flying Fat Kid before, with the generous super chats. You guys are the best. One second here. I got so many screens up now, I don't know where anything is anymore. All right. Ads are off. Thank you, Rich. Not 50 million, but I appreciate the $5 nonetheless. Very kind to you. All right. Pitching wedge. Ah, so bad. I keep pulling up on it. That's way short. And the answer was no. I cannot finally hit a good pitching wedge. Oh, God. I mean, at this point, I just come to expect it. What is this? What is the math on this? 12, 24, 36. Plus another 8. 44. Plus, it's like 100. This is a 100-foot putt. Should probably just chip it. I mean, 2.1 pull, but not horrendous speed from 100 feet. That's basically just hit the putter really hard type of putt. Good whack. Good ball speed on that. 16 ball speed on that putt, Rich. I knew that driver speed training would pay off somewhere. All right. Speaking of whacks, let's give this one a ride. Whoa. Not ideal. 159.9. That's supposed to be a draw. And it's not supposed to be 3,000 backspin. Well, we're on an upslope. We'll go hybrid, though, get a little extra loft. So far, things seem to be working better than yesterday, which is nice, but still not there. I can't see. I don't know if I can even do that, but I got to see if I can figure out seeing super chats and whatnot. If you guys are kind enough to send them, so I can actually read them too, not just through the on-screen thing. That thing barely got over the hill. I hit that decent too. That was 143 ball speed, 223 raw with the hybrid, with a 12 VLA, and we were even on an upslope. And that went, I hit it 223 raw in the air, and I got 108 out of it. So that is below half. That's what you've been doing lately, heel. Take a half a step back. Yeah, it's literally like like an inch back and just line. I mean, it's like the easiest way to, same thing with people that are shanking it, hitting off the hosel. Just take a half a step back. It's like a quick Band-Aid to where you start lining your club up off the toe. Should bring the strike a little bit more towards the center. 105-ish maybe. Not 95 in Healy. Crazy game. I was probably like 6 under at this point last week. All right, what is this? Up 14, 47, 51. Zero, zero. Just a bad line. All right, I mean, we're saving pars. Been striking iron so far, I'm starting to second guess my stock yardages now, because this should be just a perfect 8 iron. But if I hit it like crap again, then it's like, do I just swing easier and club up, or? Healy didn't draw. Sit. Halfway decent distance, though, at least. Kind of sculled it. Roughy rough, 7. I will pull the pin on this. These are easy to remember. Try that. Oh, tried. Some pretty sizable dog legs at this course thus far. That was crazy. So that last shot too, that dynamic rough is getting a little crazy. That thing came out, I know it was a really delicate shot, but that came out 11%. 89% out of that in terms of power or speed. All right, maybe bounce it off the rocks up here. Good route. Catch you another time. See you, Black Cloud. Thanks for stopping in. Black Cloud, if you have Amazon Prime, toss me a Prime sub if you wouldn't mind. 100% free. All right, a little toey. Not bad. Stayed away from those rocks. $82 up to about 85. We need about an 80. 80. Not 69. Get a huge bounce. God. All right, we're putting. .4 left. Down slope, so it's going to propel it forward. It comes back at the end. We'll try that and take the pin out. So we're at 31 minus 14, and then probably even a couple less. I think it's almost like a 10, 12 footer as a feel. I've been finding that these 2.7 downslope, it propels it forward more versus if you're putting into an upslope, you got to add a little bit more. So I'll probably take, I think a good rule of thumb is about a foot or so per degree. So I'll probably take almost 3 feet off of this. Even that's a little deep. Man, that shot way left. Oh well, another par. Back to the office, make the world look better later. See you, Rich. Really appreciate the super chat. You the man. All right, not the smartest driver hole here, but we're going to hit it. Come on now, kick left. We will take that all day long. Now, we can mess this wedge shot up and give ourselves another 50 footer. $7 degrees left. Out of the rough, up to 54, probably give it like 56. So we're probably looking 51, 52. Watch this. So I'm moving a little bit right. Although it's 7 degrees, which is a lot, with these wedge shots with a decent VLA, like I'm going to hit a 60 here, because the ball is launching so high so quick, this left doesn't really affect it. So I want to be surprised. Depends on the shape of the ball, but I want to be surprised if it ends up at a pretty similar line despite moving to the right. Go. Wow, that got 8 up. What did I lose out of that? 8%? We'll try that. 16 footer. Get there. Get there. Caw-caw. Finally. Finally got one to go. Oh, 3,100 spin. Shape of the ball. Now you hit a square launch monitor, you have different shaped balls. I was saying the shot shape. Little baby draw, baby fade. But no, I'm using round. I'm using a square launch monitor and round balls for the most part. 176. Another Healy poor contact. Kick left somehow. Left, left. No chip. $13. Probably need like an 8-yarder. What's my lowest round on a real course? 77. I shot 77 twice. One of them was from the white tees. The other one was about a month ago. It was my last day in Florida. I shot 77 from the blues, which I've shot 2 under 2 or 3 times on 9 holes. I've shot 1 under, shot even on 9 holes, but in terms of a full 18, 5 over 77. And that last day in Florida, when I just shot the 77 from the blue tees about a month ago, I was 1 over through 15 holes. So I was like, oh man, I'm sitting pretty. I can just bogey the rest of these and be fine. And then 16, I went bogey. 17, I went bogey. And then 18, I double bogeyed. So I went 4 over on the last 3 holes when I was 1 over through 15, just because I let myself off the hook and took my foot off the gas. I don't play that much outside, though. 99.9% of my golf is right here. Oh, it's way too much. What am I doing? I did this yesterday, too. That's like double what I wanted. I needed 8. I hit it 14. God, that should have been a 90% birdie. Stupid. Pulled it a touch. All right. Made up for it. Real golf is gross. I mean, the sim, I've talked about it a bunch, but I think people think I'm crazy when I say it. 9 times out of 10, I'd rather just play in here. Between scheduling a tee time, the weather, the money, drive in possibly half an hour for the most part for the courses I usually play. Half an hour there. You get there a half an hour early, set everything up. Takes you 4 hours. You got to break everything back down, drive back home. I don't know. Like, I know I play slow by doing this and like talking to you guys, but like if I just like cruise through a round, I could play 18 holes in 30, 40 minutes, and that's not even like rushing versus no additional cost. I know there's money into this, but it's just a lot of really nice things. Obviously, it's not real golf, but not to mention actual golf is stupid expensive. Yeah, so you basically asked that, Jessica, as soon as I was saying that, which sounds crazy. I know there's no real comparison, but yeah, like 9 times out of 10, if you ask me, like, hey, do you want to, like one of my buddies asked, like, hey, you want to play golf? I would say, yeah, just come over. Like, I don't know. I do it. I usually, in the summertime, I play with my Uncle Tony. We play once a week. That's about it. In the summertime, once or twice a week for the most part, and most weeks are only once. But like, this is, simulator golf has become so good. This more than enough scratches that itch to not only hit balls, but also like play. It's not all the way there, but like if you have that itch to go play golf, like this gets it done. It's not real golf is better. There's a lot of good things about it. It's just different. There's good things about both. Good things and bad things about both. It's just a little different, in my opinion. Hey, we actually compressed an iron shot. Look at that. Spin. Well, it took about 14 holes, but we actually hit a halfway decent iron shot. And now we can't see half this putt. Jessica Johnson, though, believe it or not, the courses stay open around here. If there's no snow on the ground, and because a lot of people don't want to play in this, they stay open. Setup is cool, man. Appreciate it, Mr. 420 Plenty. Appreciate you stopping in, stumbling across it. If you have any questions, let me know. Yeah, Jessica, the courses stay open, so they want to try to get as much money as they can. This is the slow season for them. The summer times are packed. It's kind of tough to get tee times, but as long as there's not snow on the ground, you're not going to destroy the course. They'll let you go play. Want to be very pleasant. Right now it is 39 in the garage, so I don't know what it is outside, but I could go play. It's just I'd rather do this. 8-footer. This thing's going to be slippery. I don't even know if that's enough. Downhill breaks more. Whoa! You guys see that wobble? That was nuts. That thing, like, that was almost like a realistic putt, how, like, sometimes it wobbles when it goes. That was a dead straight putt, 0-0 HLA, but that thing went through, like, 2 or 3 different breaks on the way there. Apparently that was just a bad read, because that was a decent putt. All right. We got to get going here. 4 under through 15. We got to go, like, birdie to finish this. Mr. 420, though, if you're wondering, I said it at the beginning, the real quick rundown. The software is called GSPro. My launch monitor that I'm using is called the Square Golf Launch Monitor, and everything's running on a gaming computer. And I can hit everything from driver, which you will see. Hopefully it's a decent one, but hit everything from driver down to putter. Heely. God. Hit another one off the heel. That's probably in the deep rough, too. Kick left. Left. All right. Driver's powered by flannel. Looks so cool. I'd be calling it sick for a lot from work. Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, I have stuff cropped. kind of tight, so you only see kind of what I want to see. But the software is awesome. This launch monitor, there's launch monitors like what the pros use, $20,000. This thing is $700. So I think I was saying at the beginning too, there's people out there that have 15, 20, 30, even $50,000 setups. All things considered, I'm probably at about 2,500, 3,000 for everything, which is a lot more affordable than you would think, as long as you have room. Do you need a dedicated room? Yes and no. So the biggest thing is you need 10-foot ceilings. That's the general rule of thumb. I don't know. Yeah, it's really not that bad. People get away with like 8 feet, 8.5 if you're on the shorter side. But really, general rule of thumb is 10-foot ceilings. So I'm in my garage. It has 10-foot ceilings, which they call it indoor swing syndrome. So when you're swinging driver, right, or a longer club, you don't want to have in the back of your head the feeling like you have to kind of like pull your club down because you're afraid to hit something. So really you want, and a good, I guess, general gauge, my screen right here is 10 feet by 10 feet. So it's 10 feet tall and 10 feet wide. If you have about that kind of general area, usually most people are in the garage, you can get it to work. But the ceiling height, that's the most important, so you can swing all your clubs. Short king here, 9-foot ceilings. I'm pretty short too, so I don't need 10. I could probably get away with a little bit less, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I know Crushing was talking about, he has like a monitor behind him, and it's always in the back of his head whether he's going to clip the monitor or not. You just want to remove a lot of that stuff so where you can swing as free as you can, ideally, because you're in a kind of a closed and confined space. Sometimes you can feel a little bit restricted if you don't have quite enough space. All right, let's hit a shot here. Out of the rough, 93 down to 92. We'll add a couple extra from the rough. So I think we need about 90, 95 raw carry. 93 could be good. Could be good. Could be good. Caw-caw, baby. Appreciate the follow, Mr. Plenty. Nice stumbling across new people. Caw-caw, baby. There's one of them. All right, we are currently we're tied for first. Zona shot 5. We're 5 under with 2 to play. 289 down 5. Let's move ourselves over here, give us a little bit of a straighter shot. All right. Really not, I mean, I want to birdie this. Realistically, real life, I'm probably not hitting driver. If I happen to hit this one good, it's off the back. But we're going to go for that and try to be a little bit aggressive. Try to put this either near the green or on it, off the tee. When I smashed the light fixture, I had an indoor swing for 24 hours. Also, skyball into the TV. Not the best person to ask. That's one thing if you watch my buddy TK play in here the other day, that was Friday, I just didn't want him to hit driver because really I don't have adequate ceiling protection. Really, the only thing that could go wrong in terms of my setup is if I haven't, luckily, knock on wood, I may do one, but I haven't hit a skyball in probably like 2 years. So I feel pretty comfortable I'm not going to do it. However, people that don't play as much, if they're taking full swings with driver and they happen to sky it and it catches one of these we lost connection. Everything is 100%. They call it like force realistic. Okay. What's the deal with that? Seems like we're back. Did I lose connection or something? But I mean, I guess so in terms of difficulty, it's like 100%. So it's not like there's no like sliders. You can do it if you have like younger friends and family and you want like the ball to go 250 straight every time. You can do that. But in terms of what I'm playing, this is all 100%. So the balls that I'm using here, I'll show you a Pix ball. They're basically the same thing. But these balls with my unit, hopefully I'm still live. Let me know. Put something in the chat if I'm still live. These balls right here, the unit locks onto those decals. So it's measuring and able to lock on the exact backspin and side spin of everything. and it picks up all these data tiles that you can see on the right. The main one that I look at is the raw carry right here. So that means at sea level with like a perfectly flat shot, that raw carry is what we base everything on. Had a glitch, we're good now. I wonder what that is. Internet dropping out or something? I wonder if they may have restarted the stream. Hopefully Mr. Plenty finds his way back in. Anyways, long way of saying I don't have any kind of like forgiveness or anything on. So the raw carry is what I look at. That's if you're at a dead flat range, no elevation, no wind. That's how far the ball would go. And then the carry in the game, that takes into account. So here, for example, this one, we don't have any wind on. That's just how this tournament was set up, but it's down 5 yards and we're at like 800 feet of elevation. So that game carry is going to take into account if you're hitting out of the rough or the deep rough, uphill, downhill, all that kind of stuff. But hopefully that kind of explains it. Oh, that's got to simmer. That's got to simmer. Well, what did I say about not really being a driver hole? So, for example, that one went 268 was the raw carry. That's just like the raw number from the launch monitor. And it went 278 in the game, in the air, and then 293 on the rollout. Now we're in the deep rough. 32 up to 37 plus another 7. Deep rough takes off 21%. There's all like calculations in terms of the penalties and stuff, but what was that 44? So I need like a 40. Is that right? 37 plus 7, 44. $45 maybe. Yeah. No spin out of the deep rough. 40 would have been good. It's weird, like OBS says no dropped frames. So you would think if there was like a slight outage, you would pick up on that. But I think the similar thing happened yesterday where the streams got split up into 2 for whatever reason. But it seems like it comes back pretty quick if it gets disconnected. All right, we'll try that. That may be a little bit too much, but we'll at least give it a chance. Basically 19 down to 16. I pushed it. Well, may do. What time is it? 2:18. I may do the par 3 after this. We'll see. Seems like chat's dying down a little bit. I guess a decent time to mention if anyone's watching. I've been talking about the Prime sub on Twitch. I am live over there. I would greatly appreciate if you have Amazon Prime. Link it to your account. You can get one free, basically a membership. We also have YouTube memberships. Is awesome. Super chats are always appreciated, but the Prime sub is a good way just to have no money out of pocket. Another overdraw into the deep. It's not hit horrendous, it's just wayward. 49 down to 44 plus like another 8 or 9. So like 53. So I probably want to land this about, it's probably about the number. Probably looking for about 49 out of here. $44, go. Let's go. Gave it to us. Caw. First place, 6 under. Is somebody gonna whack on you? I mean, I don't hit it nearly. It's all relative, right? I hit it decent. There's people that absolutely bomb the ball, but I get it out there decent. What's up, Chris Becker? What's up, man? I have a square launch monitor too. Do you find driver distance discrepancies? I do not. I'd love to try this. Do you have any indoor places near you, Mr. Plenty? Chris, I do not. When I first started, it's tough. It's tough to tell. Like every unit, they made so many of them. They could be slightly different. It could be dependent on your setup. I think most of the time it's indoor swing syndrome. I have no discrepancies at all across my bag. Driver is pretty much exactly, in terms of distance and everything, exactly what I expect and what I see outside. So I would say you could try a couple different things. The brutal truth, unfortunately, is most likely it's probably indoor swing syndrome, meaning either you're not swinging as quick or hitting it as hard because you're in a confined space, or kind of some of the humbling part at the beginning, which I went through for a while, even in the backyard with the Garmin, which had its fair amount of actual discrepancies, but kind of a realization where you're going from outside to playing indoors and saying, okay, my 9-iron goes 150, or pick a number. My 9-iron goes 150, which is maybe true on your really good ones outside, but like indoors, that's probably not your average. Maybe your average is closer to 135, 140, for an example. But it's always someone else's fault. How dare you? What's the temp today? What's up, Ryan? Temp, we started at 35. Temp is up to 39.4. The big number is the humidity. That smaller number up there, 39. It just went up because I'm holding it, 39.5. Got the heated socks on, though, which feel nice. Thanks for the info. Listen to you now. What distance is the screen from the hitting spot? It's just about 6 feet. Love the upgrades to the stream. Nice work. Appreciate it, Ryan. Appreciate it. It's nice getting some feedback where I think I was telling you how long it took setting some of this stuff up, which some of it still isn't working great, but I'm in a pretty small space here. Chris Becker. Those on my end, the blue ones are tough to see the name. They're kind of dark, but I am at just about 6 feet from this white line in my hitting strip. I'm at just about 6 feet from here to the front of the screen. So I hit from a couple inches in front. It's basically just enough to where I can clear this with a couple inches without hitting the screen. That's how I set it up. But I have like a light over here. There's the door opener there. I couldn't go any further back, unfortunately. Otherwise, that even here, that's if I really go back here, that's pretty close. That's about the same distance to the garage opener than it is right there. But like if I stand here, like I'm touching it. So take a look at the stats, and then we'll try to get through the par 3. And do I want to do that, or should I do the ladder? Irons haven't been very good. 6 par or 12 par, 6 birdies, 313 longest drive, 291 average. Firm fairways though, so ball speed 155, 157, 80 feet of putting, 26 putts, hour and 20 minutes. That was a long one, but I enjoy going back and forth. You guys have good questions and whatnot. I like talking about this stuff. So 15 out of 18 greens regulation. I don't feel like my irons were good enough to be that, but so be it. 4 out of 14 fairways, kind of the average, but I err on the side of bomb and gouge. This is what we're going to do. Mr. Plenty, if you're in here, we're going to take about 10 swings with driver. I've been doing this at the very end, but we'll do a little speed train here session. We'll take about 10 swings with driver, try to get up to about 165 ball speed would be cool. and then we'll do the ladder at least once. Because I don't know, my irons haven't been that great. I don't really want to do the par 3 right now, and I'm saving the pitch and putt for Stice, man. Roger, I'm at 7.5 feet from the screen to the hitting spot. So maybe that was it. Awesome, great content. Appreciate it. Appreciate you stopping in. Appreciate the kind words. No, so that's the cool thing about these, whether it's a square or a Skytrack or a GC3 or a Unicore, these camera-based units that are right here, kind of in front of you, all you need is enough space to swing the club. So that's not it. One thing that I have, driver, I was just having issues with, sometimes I would hit the ball when I first got the square and it wouldn't register. So I have my DIY shank tank, which is I have a video on it, but it's a milk crate with plexiglass in the front, a stone paver on top. But I basically have the square inside of that, and it's on a board, which is about 3/4 of an inch, almost an inch thick. I have it raised up a little bit. Some people at the beginning recommended doing that and got better results in terms of not accurate readings, but in terms of no like misreads or no reads. You could try that. It's tough. I wish there was like just general rule of thumb, like, okay, check this, check this, check this. But I've had almost next to no issues with mine. I think it's really, really good. So it's tough saying what exactly could be causing. How big of a discrepancy are we talking? Raised unit is an accuracy improvement? You think so? I've been doing it for so long, honestly, I don't even know. I do know when I first got it, though, I was using, I don't know if they changed stuff, but I was using a little bit of that boost in the Square software just at the very beginning. Whether that was I wasn't swinging as hard inside or my irons weren't going as far, I ended up eventually turned it off. But you see someone like Joe Legowski who does a head-to-head test with like the Square and a GC3, and the numbers are like identical. So if he's not using any kind of boost, then I don't think most of us need to either, unless you're in a very abnormal situation where you have like a bad unit or a crazy setup or something. I did it when I got it after a couple months. All right. Let's see if we can get 165. $159. Not a bad ball. A little bit left, but 272 raw carry. Indoor swing is so legit, and so is not knowing your numbers. Yeah, I think that's probably most of it. Which people, it's not the most fun to hear. People, not that Chris was doing it, but you see people on Facebook, they're like, "Oh, my drives are going 50 yards less." I mean, I don't know. You could have a bad unit, but most likely you probably don't hit it quite as far. I mean, it goes for all of us. You probably don't hit it quite as far as you think you do. And indoor swing syndrome for real. Like indoor swing syndrome could last like 6 months. It took me like 2 or 3 weeks to hit anything besides irons. And then I hit 3-wood for a couple weeks. And then it took me probably call it like a month, almost 2, I think it was, before I started hitting driver. And then when I started hitting driver, it was probably a couple months after that until I felt 100% like swinging a little bit freer that I'm not going to hit anything. So, I mean, it takes time. I don't know how recently you just got it, Chris, but I would give it, in terms of indoor swing syndrome, give it at least a month or 2. Just feeling comfortable swinging inside. Oh, that's not it. Driver seems way low. Could just be me. All the other clubs are right on the money. Guess I don't hit a 270. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't want to. I was right. I had the same issue. I'm not trying to rag on you or anything. I know you're asking a genuine question, but I've seen a bunch of people over the past. I've had this a little over a year. You see, like Facebook, how people are saying, "Oh, well, I'm going to return it because it doesn't. My clubs don't go that far." But you got to figure at least if all your other clubs are right on the money, driver's probably pretty good. In terms of the accuracy, it's probably right there with it. It's just either you're swinging side or you're letting up on it a little bit, that kind of thing. I would give it a little more time, like I'm saying, get comfortable swinging inside, like you're not going to break anything. And then one of these days over the next like maybe couple weeks, say like, okay, I'm going to like swing pretty hard at this and see how far it goes. And I would be willing to bet that will solve a lot of it. Another big, same thing with like getting a launch monitor. Another big humbling thing was when I got my Garmin GPS watch, where same thing outside. Same thing outside. You think you hit it a certain way, but then when you see the GPS number actually show up on your watch, you say, wow, that was like 30 yards less than what I thought it was. It's just deceiving outside, because if you hit a certain club to like, say, 150-yard green, and you hit it 20 yards less, but you're on the front side of the green, you say, okay, that's a good shot. But you actually didn't hit it that, and you're actually 20 yards short. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a little bit deceiving outside. It did stop me from buying a bunch of stuff to hit it further. But it seems that it's me, not the unit, or indoor swing syndrome. Yeah, well, I mean, not you, like, it's not like a you problem, but yeah, it's probably just the way you're swinging it, which indoor swing syndrome, I mean, it's a proper name for it. It's definitely a thing. And even it still creeps in here too. Sometimes I catch this back here, and then for the next like 10, 15 minutes, that's in the corner of my, like in the back of my head saying, I don't want to hit this again. So you start manipulating your swing a little bit, whether your ceiling's a little too low or anything around you. You start subconsciously accounting for that. $157. We're still not into the 160 yet. Yeah, that's a good point, Glitchy Golf. Good news is you can fix you and you can't fix the unit. Yeah, I don't think if it's all spot on with your irons, and you probably feel more comfortable hitting your irons, I don't think it's the unit. But it could be. It's worth a driver. You could try raising it up, like I said. Just put like an inch, either a book or a board, and just raise the unit up a little bit. Don't quite have the speed today. It's not a terrible ball. Usually pretty happy anything in that 270 range carry. Didn't draw, but all right, big turn. Big turn. Back to the target, stayed back on it. Toey. You bought a shank tank with adjustable legs. It's great. Yeah, I mean, the shank tank's another thing. I built my own, and I fully stand behind this, and I still use it to this day. This thing is a tank. I just don't love those shank tanks that if you literally like tap it, it falls over. I just don't think that it's great if it happens to fall over for the unit to get rattled around. I know some of them, like Spiked Blue Collar sells them. He's a really good guy. It's just, I think if you can save money or even the same amount of money and build one, yeah, it takes a little more time. But this thing, like, you could kick this thing and it's not going anywhere. But you're looking at the offset, Chris. So that's called offset. I'll show you. I have a video on it. If you type in like Hosel Rocket GSPro offset, you'll be able to find it. I did a dedicated video, but real quick, how to do it. The best way to do it is on the range. So I have a laser level right here. You can maybe see. I use it for putting, but also works really good for alignment. So I have a pencil inside of my shank tank, so I just butt the square up against a pencil, so I know it's perfectly straight every time. And as long as I don't kick and move that, I know it's perfectly aligned. But what I do, same thing for putting. I have a dead straight putting line. I put the alignment stick there, and then I stand back and I line up this laser level, or you can eyeball it with your alignment stick. I line up this laser level running that stops right about here, and I run it and eyeball it so where this middle line meets it. And in order to adjust it, all you have to do it on the range with this white line. Right down the middle will be the easiest. You can also do it on the course, but it'll be easy here. You go into settings, visual settings, and then it's over here on the left. I don't know if anything's getting cut off, but settings, visual settings, and then offset. And you launch this visual offset editor. You need to turn it on. But this will, if you do this, this allows you right here, this offset, to drag it back and forth to align your that white line right down the middle. And as soon as I do that, There we go. Sometimes it gets a little wonky, but that's how you do it. Which helps a lot. All right, there we go. Stay back on it, back to the target, 163. At least we'll round up to it. Let's get 165. For example, though, I know we were talking about the indoor swing syndrome and whatnot, and I've done some speed training, but when I first started playing, I was in like the 140s ball speed, like even sometimes high 130s. So between indoor swing syndrome and not doing any speed training and just getting kind of lazy with it, about a year ago, I was in the 140s, and I did my road to 150, then 160. Now I'm on my road to 170. $160 on the dot. Glad I stopped by your live stream and subscribe. Appreciate it. Hopefully you pop back in. A lot of the live streams, it's all good. I'm kind of just hitting balls, so I like answering questions, but the live streams are fun. People come in, they talk trash and chirp me. Sometimes they say, nice shot. Look forward to a future video. Appreciate it. I've been doing a lot of ball testing for the square lately. Oh, super low in the face. I gotta take my ball speed off the stream. Old lady with the driver. You can change your tiles if you want, but $159 in Toei. I feel like I'm swinging it. These are just off-center contact. I feel like I'm swinging it quick enough to get 165 out of these. I just gotta square it up. Change the tires on Hydro lady drives. Glitch, it seems like you're liking the Twitch side of things over there. Yeah, I think we do the ladder. That was a good launch on that one. 275 baby draw. I don't know if we're getting 165. And my right obliques still aren't quite where I'd like them to be. But let's do the ladder. Try to work on some wedges again. This is really nice. This is another feature. I showed grip and sip yesterday. Just that little toggle box up here. You go to ladder. I go 25 to about, we'll go 120. We'll hit approach wedge full at 115. We'll go there. Attempts per level 3, needed 1, 5-yard increments, 10%, down a level total. Here we go. Not sure I'll stream over. I do like watching on it. Also editing. Yeah, I figured. I think you said use Streamlabs. I have to do all this through OBS, and it's honestly, I'm like halfway decent at some of this stuff, but figuring all this stuff out over these past 3-4 days, it's been a lot. Like, I don't know if I could necessarily walk through all the steps. And if you're the kind of person, not just you, but anyone, kind of person where you're not super tech savvy in terms of OBS and you kind of just get stuff to work, I don't know if I'd necessarily recommend it. There's a lot of extra stuff that needs to get set up and know how to turn on and off, and stuff stops working. You got to problem solve to figure out why something was working 5 minutes ago and now it's not, kind of thing. 20 yards. That's not 20. Streamlabs and Twitch are best friends. Dang it. All right, back to level 1. We didn't even get past it. My phone keeps blowing up too. Keep getting text messages. You just have to pay to stream to 3. You get 2 for free. Yeah, I looked into a lot of that stuff. I was thinking, though, we were talking a little bit about it yesterday. I think it's beneficial. In terms of like YouTube, I think I probably did it the right way in terms of over the past couple years of putting all my eggs kind of into one basket and really trying to build one platform up. And then from there, once you get one built up, it's easier to expand over to the other ones versus trying to build like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 platforms all at once at the same time. I think it's probably more beneficial to kind of start with one, and you pick one, whether it's, I mean, you pick a platform and then try to get people from there over to the other ones. I think is a better way versus trying to do all of them separate and spread yourself so thin. It's a little bit tougher. $25. Agreed. That's just my personal opinion, though. There's no rules one way or the other, but if I had to give advice, I would say build up one to where you're happy with it and then expand from there. I had a ton of spin on it. Come on, I gotta hit it 35. Need to hit it this one or we're going back down. Wedges have been trash these past couple days. Oh, when I skull it. Also feel like we're creating an audience. Some golf's getting bigger in the outside world over the past 2-3 years. I've been informative-based content. Now we have entertainment value. I agree. Sometimes I'm more optimistic about the general landscape than others, but $35. 42. 35. What's my favorite course on GSPro? It's a good question. Honestly, there's so many good ones. I'm hard pressed to pick one. I always say CDrum, who's the designer, kind enough to build my quote unquote home course. So I always put that up there, which is Exeter Country Club. You guys wouldn't care about it, and he built it really quick, so it's not a ton to look at. But obviously, for me personally, that would be up there. I think besides that, I would say Gilded Dunes is right up there. That may be my favorite Run Pud Run and R Dyer did that. I don't know if Greg McDonald was a part of it or not, but mostly I think Run Pud Run. Gilded Dunes, the one in Dubai, fictional course at night with all the lights in the city skyline. That's easily top 3 for me. You could say that's number 1. I would put Swiss Alpine Valley up there. Greg McDonald did that. That was actually his first ever course. That course is awesome. I mean, after that, like, if those are my 1 and 2, it's tough. Like, you could put any course in there. Just personal preference with like 3 through 10. I also think a lot of people on use camera and a mic and the use of flow as to prosperity. I also think a lot of people think, oh yeah, Discord blown up. Judd bought more clubs. Judd is a madman. I agree, Gucci Golf. I mean, it takes, we were talking about that yesterday, right? It takes a lot longer than you think. So is that what it was? It was, yeah, it's the Discord, I think. I thought they were text messages, but it was the Discord blowing up. Yeah, I agree, Gucci Golf. It's not as easy as just like, oh, well, I'm gonna play anyways. It depends what you want out of it, right? Like, it's one thing if you say like, I don't really care if I get subscribers or not. I'm gonna play golf anyways and just put it up. That's one thing. If you're going into it saying like, I want to get to 1,000 and like 4,000 watch hours and start making money off of it, where you're actually trying to do it more kind of, I guess, business oriented, it's tough, man, and it takes a lot more time than you think it would. So I agree. It's not just as simple as just putting stuff up there, because there's a lot of things that you need. I'm not the most entertaining person to watch by any means compared to some of the guys out there, but you need to have a personality. You need to be able to like keep people engaged and at least be entertaining to either watch, whether it's your gameplay or what you say. Your setup has something to do with it if it's visually appealing. And then after that, really, you do need a mic and a camera, but there's a lot more besides that. All right, we hit a number finally. Woo! All right, 45. $47, that should work. Hit this 50. $53 should be fine. Yeah, most channels only last a few months. Which, I mean, more power to them. I know it's fun, like getting into it, and you think, oh man, like I can do this. But you're not wrong. A lot of people do kind of fizzle out. Just I think they think it takes a lot of perseverance to stick with it. Which is why I respect people that they put the time and effort in and say, okay, this is a long haul. This is not a get rich quick thing. This is not going to be overnight. But they actually say they look at it more as a long term thing, which is what you need to do. There's people that get lucky where they get a ton of followers overnight kind of thing and a couple of videos blow up. But those are, I think a lot of us get into it saying like that can happen to me too, which it could, but that's very, very low percentage of like the average person that's doing videos or streaming or whatever. It's likely going to take you probably at least twice as long as you think it will. Meaning like if you think, all right, I'm going to get 1,000 subscribers in a year, it'll probably take you 2 or 3 years realistically. It doesn't have to, but that's been my experience and what I've seen from other people. Goals are all productive based. I'm going to put in the work on the video side. Yeah, I'm not big on editing. We were talking about that, but $55. $57. All right. We're getting a little bit closer on some of these numbers. Hit the 60. $63. Three pieces of content per week, 2 streams and a video. Hey, if you can keep up with it. It's not a bad goal. The streams are easy, which I think people they gravitate towards because obviously no editing. You can kind of just start and have it go. But it's tough building an audience that way. The videos are what bring in the new people. It seems like the streams are more so for kind of your subscribers that you already have. It's kind of rare. For the most part, I would say 90-95% of the people that are saying stuff in here, like you guys, you've already found the channel once. It's a lot of recurring people versus like, I think if you do a well done video or a short kind of stuff, it gets it out there to a lot more, a wider audience of new people. But I mean, what do I know? All right, 56 time. Gotta hit this 70. $72. I've done everything though. I've done literally 7 videos a week kind of thing for a decent amount of time. I've done 4 videos, 5 videos, 3 videos. Lately I've been doing 2, Monday and Friday, but different stuff works for different people. At the end of the day, if you put out stuff that no one wants to watch, no matter how often you do it, no one's going to want to watch it. So wow, really, Black Cloud? There is Black Cloud with the breaking news. I did not see that. Mike Tomlin gone from the Steelers. He stepped down. Huh. That's interesting. They were saying last night, I was watching, Ryan Clark was on at the end, and he was saying if it happens to be Mike Tomlin's last game, I know he played for the Steelers, but he was talking about kind of his thoughts about if that was Mike Tomlin's last game, Aaron Rodgers' last game. One of the things that he said, same thing, Harbaugh with the Ravens, rather. Harbaugh with the Ravens and Tomlin with the Steelers were the 2 longest tenured coaches. So he was like, no matter what, if they both happen to be out, they will be the top candidates. They will get a job in 2 seconds with another team. And he was drawing the comparison to Andy Reid with the Eagles, how he had some success there and then kind of reinvented himself going to the Chiefs now with Patrick Mahomes. It'll be the same thing with Tomlin and Harbaugh. But that's there was rumblings of that. To me, based on him stepping down, that means that they had a conversation and they were probably going to go. That's kind of what Belichick did too. They probably had he had a conversation with ownership, and basically ownership told him, hey, we're going to move on, but we're going to let you kind of the dignity move of it because you did so much for the franchise. We're going to let you step down, but I don't know. Obviously, he probably would have rather stayed with the Steelers. I don't know if that was 100% his decision, but one of the best coaches in the league for sure. Making good content, not finding the audience. Content's just not good enough. I grind for a year at least. I can say the effort-based failure. Yeah, I mean, it's tough, Glitchy Golf. I wish I could tell you one way or the other, but all you can do is just focus on what you can control, make and put out the best stuff that you can, and hope that people find it. It gets demoralizing, though, when you put a ton of time and effort into something and it gets 10 views, which I get. But you got to kind of control what you can control and go from there and just be okay with it, either doing well or not doing well, and enjoy, I guess, the process of doing it the best that you can. Go a little. I wanted 85. But I always say, in terms of YouTube, I always say, like, I was out in the backyard doing a ton of videos for about 2 years before it seemed like anyone even noticed what I was doing. There was a couple people, loyal people that were, Black Cloud, one of them that was there from earlier on. Uneven Par was there, Boogeyman Bill, a lot of people that had the garment back in the day, but it's only been over the past 6, 8, 12 months or so that the channel started to take off just a little bit. I'm still a very small channel in the grand scheme, but Love being a content creator, so goal met. Yeah. As long as you enjoy it, that's the main thing. Because I can guarantee you, even you get to, if you have a certain level picked out in your head, it's going to be the same thing about it taking a lot more time than you think. The money is going to be significantly less than what you think it'll be. So if you have a certain goal like that, like I always say, all the time and effort that I put into this, I would be significantly, like 10 times better off in terms of monetary and opportunity costs if I just got a part-time job at McDonald's. In terms of all the time and effort, it's not even close. So you got to enjoy it at the end of the day. Ooh, that was supposed to be 90, not 99. But all of it's all a double-edged sword. It's all a trade-off. So like the money, for at least for me, is definitely not the number one priority. But spending all the time and effort, you do need to have some kind of trade-off there and a balance of it. So it's one thing to do it as a complete hobby, but it's another thing when your opportunity costs should and could be doing other stuff. That comes into play too. Kind of tugged it. It's the right distance. Black Cloud, if you're still here, I think Tomlin and Harbaugh may have new teams by the time the Super Bowl even happens. Whenever they open it up. 95. Like someone like the Browns, I saw they interviewed, who was it, Mike McDaniels from the Dolphins. No shade on Mike McDaniels, but if you're interviewing him, you're definitely better off with Tomlin or Harbaugh, I would think. Looking for that PJ money. Gonna need some serious subs, I know. Need more Prime subs. Never say never, but even, I know we're just joking about the PJ money, but even like actual, like legitimate part-time type of income, or let alone full-time, not impossible, but you're looking at it probably like a 1% chance. Needed 105. Just barely. $110. Oh, I scolded it. It's 110 though. Good miss. Good miss. Especially in our niche, yeah. Good luck. Good luck to anyone out there. But on the flip side, it's not all doom and gloom. The support has been awesome. A lot of awesome guys that we have in the Discord and all that stuff. So I would trade all that for the money anyways. Or I wouldn't trade all that for the money. You know what I was saying. Or I would trade the money for that is basically what I was trying to say. All right, on our way back down the ladder. If we aren't in the forefront, why bother? Yeah, I know. No, I didn't see it yet, Black Cloud. I'll go look at it as soon as I'm done. Ooh. Ooh. 105. Little pulley. Good number though. Hundo. TNT dedicated channel? No, not necessarily. At a certain point, like I have a second channel, HRG Uncensored. That's more so for like if I know TNT is going to be really rowdy and not care about what people say or what I say, where you can just say pretty much whatever you want in terms of swears and whatnot. I try to keep this family friendly just so YouTube can share it out to more people and whatnot. You start saying certain things and they stop sharing it out to certain people. So I do have the uncensored channel, but in terms of TNT, at a certain point, if you kind of the same thing we were talking about with the different platforms, if you're trying to grow 2 channels at the same time versus just one, you're splitting up your eggs in the basket and you're likely not going to have either of them take off when you could just put all that time and effort. So I don't really see a reason to split up TNT. And the way I have it set up, which was the whole kind of goal of it, I'm only streaming usually just the one I'm playing with. Occasionally I'll do another one if people don't stream. But the whole reason why I want to do it is if people play, then they're able to get something for their channel and stream it themselves. So I kind of like decentralized, I guess you would say, kind of the streaming of it. So it's not like it's TNT, like all has to be on my channel kind of thing, but splitting up TNT on several different channels. Yeah. Well, that was kind of just what you were probably typing that as I was saying it. It's more so I want people, if they're going to spend the time to play and sign up and all that stuff, to be able to get something for their channel if they happen to stream. So if you look, like we have it on 5-6 different channels, but if the people are going to spend the time, like same thing with me, if I'm going to play, I want to stream it. So they're able to do that versus saying like, no, TNT is my thing. And like, if you want to play, you have to be on my channel only. I don't know. Seems kind of greedy when it doesn't need to be like that. But long way of saying no, I haven't really considered that. Which, I mean, selfishly speaking, it would probably be better if I did that and just made everyone play on my channel, but I'm not going to do that. So that probably won't happen. Competition is definitely a thing, and at a certain point people need to decide what they want to watch and they have to pick certain people. But I still also believe at the same time it's kind of a double-edged sword where competition can be good, it can be bad. Maybe it means more competition, tougher for you to get discovered, but at the same time I also think there's enough room for everyone. So it's not like just because I'm streaming at a certain time doesn't mean that people can't watch that and then go watch someone else. When you have 2 people streaming at the same time, then yeah, people got to kind of make a decision. But for the most part, people are streaming at different times, so it's good having people at different times they can play. It's your deal, so I won't overstep. I can just say from an outside perspective, it's hard to follow. I have to watch so many channels, when and whatnot. Yeah, I hear you. That's why I try the best that I can. I schedule them all in my Discord, so the Discord has all the events. Like when I was doing one here, it like pops up saying like this stream's starting now, tune in. So I have them all linked. I know not everyone's on Discord and it's tough kind of bouncing around different channels, but I don't know necessarily, maybe I'll think of something, but necessarily a better way to like centralize everything with, like I was saying, have everyone be able to benefit it from it equally kind of thing. The only other option would be like start one channel and then have like 20 people that have like the rights to it, which that just seems like a headache. So I don't know necessarily how that would happen. But really, TNT, yeah, it's in my Discord, and it was because of, I was saying this the other day too, like the TNT, I guess people call it like it's in my Discord and we kind of run it, but like you look at it now, the only reason why TNT happened was because it was a continuation of the Rocket Cup. And the only reason that the Rocket Cup happened was because Flying Fat Kid had the idea to do like a Ryder Cup style thing. So he came to me with that, which is really nice. He could have just done it by himself, which I said a bunch. So he came to me with that. We organized the Rocket Cup. And then Craig, Commissioner Craig, that was, I think, the first time he kind of played with us, really enjoyed it. So he wanted to keep that going. So Craig, for like 6 months, just kept that going. And that turned into TNT. And then now since then, Frank does all the organizing. And like TNT doesn't happen without other people playing. So like, yeah, it's kind of like under my Discord. But like without all those people a part of it, it just doesn't happen. So it's, I mean, grand scheme, the Rock, like TNT is a lot less about me than it is about everyone else. It takes a village. I agree, Murph. I don't know if I'm just talking nonsense at this point, but it's more for those that are in the game rather than outsiders. If you can think of a template, gives the teams their proper dues. Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. I try to share out the different links the best that I can. I just don't know how you would centralize it. That's why I try to have people join the Discord so at least they know and they have an easier access to the links. But there's also like if I'm playing and there's like 3 other groups playing at the same time, I can only stream one of them. So it's also that. But I don't know. I mean, if you have any ideas, I'm open to them. I don't know of a way to accommodate everyone, to have everyone benefit from it, make it more centralized. I don't know. Murph's smart. Maybe Murph has an idea. But yeah, I truly mean it that like TNT is kind of morphed into what it is now. Without Flying Fat Kid, without Craig, without all the guys playing ever since then, without Frank now organizing it, TNT is not a thing. So it's really more about everyone. It's really everyone else's thing more than it is mine. I just happen to be the one that's kind of bringing it together. Just think it could be more. I see content potential. Just spitballing. I mean, I hear you. I appreciate the thought. Like I said, if you think of anything, maybe it'll spur some thoughts for me too. I've streamed other stuff. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty set on people that spend the time to play between like organizing, playing, and like putting their name in the hat and spending the time playing. I really believe that they should be able to get something out of it. So maybe it has to be like they still stream it, and then maybe all of them get compiled somewhere else. But then like at that point, you still have 2 streams running at the same time, and likely whatever channel is bigger is going to cannibalize the other views. So like, for example, if you're playing Glitchy Golf and you're streaming it on your channel, but then we have a separate TNT channel that puts them all together, people are just going to watch that, which eliminates the views going to you, which I don't want that to happen either. So it's kind of tough. Maybe what will solve it, I think YouTube is eventually working on like a go live together type of thing to where you're both live doing the same thing and it pops up on both channels. That would probably be a good thing, but that has to be on the YouTube side, not what we're doing. That would be cool to where like right now it works with the collabs where after a video is done or a live stream is done, you can invite someone else. So both channels pop up under the subscribe button. If YouTube's able to figure out the go live together thing, you can do it on your phone with vertical, but as of right now, we're like with this, if we happen to be playing together and it would be streaming the same thing to both channels, that would work. But $65, then we'll switch back to the 60 degree. Oh, maybe we won't. I thought that was going to be in. Oh, we need 65, not 60. All right, well, I already grabbed the 60 degrees, so. I know I keep mentioning it, but that's why I like the YouTube memberships and the super chats and now the Amazon Prime thing, which is free on Twitch. All that stuff really does add up, even though it's only a couple bucks here and there. All that stuff adds up to where I can dedicate. It makes more sense to actually dedicate more time and effort and thinking about stuff and trying to improve on stuff. So that's why I try to mention it. It probably seems kind of spammy, but that stuff really does help. Spin. But I guess at the sake of beating a dead horse, no shade to anyone out there. There's people that they do certain stuff and they only want you to come on their channel to do it kind of thing, which is fine. But I feel like the TNT has kind of gotten to where it is, where we have 25 people now playing sometimes. That doesn't happen if it's like all about me kind of thing. You know what I mean? Speaking of which, I don't have Prime, just basic Amazon. I don't buy enough online to waste money to get Prime. It's all good, Black Cloud. I just figure most people that I know, if I had to guess, like probably 75, 80% of the people I know have Amazon Prime. So it's just one of those things where it's 100% free, and it basically works the same as the YouTube membership. If people want a free way to support the channel at literally zero additional costs, I think it's a good way to do it. But definitely don't get Prime just because of that. I appreciate the thought, though. It's supposed to be 50, not 60. Because I know for me, Whiskey Rich, I have Prime, but I don't like your socks. Come on, Whiskey Rich. If you subscribe to your Prime, if you link your Amazon account to a Twitch, you can just make a free account too if you don't have one under the same email. I put that video, it literally takes 60 seconds. I'll try to find some Hawaiian socks for you if you send me your Prime sub. Which I guess is also worth noting. You can stop or change it whenever you want to. It's not like you do it once and you're locked in. You could cancel it if you ever wanted to. So it's not like you're locked in. If that removes any possible. Hopefully you don't cancel, but it is an option. It's not like you're permanently stuck with me. Whiskey Rich, you were hitting some good shots last night. I was tuning in a little bit to Mr. M-Town Barber Rich Ellis' stream. Good Time Golf, I think. He's rebranding his channel. You were hitting some good shots. I will say, though, I'll probably call it quits after I finish this ladder. So if you do want to join the Prime, do it now, and you have the cool little thing pop up, and I can thank you while I'm live. The little alert thing will come. We're finally hitting some numbers. Maybe the wedges are out of the doghouse. We'll see tomorrow. The last two were on the money. That one I was trying to hit 35. We hit 35.9. The other one I was trying to hit 40, and I hit it. Try to find your account and sub there too. Been looking all night. Tried to find you. Oh, to find my OF account. I was gonna say, I thought you were talking about Twitch. I was like, Crushing, you already subscribed. I already added you to the ticker down below. I don't have an OF yet. Maybe only socks. Maybe if you look at OS instead. Driver was straight as an arrow. Body was so used to slicing it. Distance was there. I'm on Amazon now. What do I do? So you go to your like account settings where you have like your all your different options, and then there's like messages, and then all the way down towards the bottom there's like Amazon Prime, and it says like Twitch Gaming. If you click on that, I posted, it's in the general chat, Whiskey Rich. It's a 60-second video of how to do it. That may be easier just to look at that. But it's under your account settings. Also, if you have a Twitch account, then you can just, there's also, you can do the settings in there too, where it says connect to Prime, and all you have to do is sign into your Amazon. So there's two ways to do it. You can either do it through Amazon or through Twitch, assuming you have a Twitch account. I can pull up the video, though, and tell you exactly if you want, because I would appreciate it. Crushing It figured it out last night. I'll pull it up right now for you, and I'll check my DMs, Black Cloud, while I'm at it. Whiskey had it going last week in TNT. Whiskey's a baller. He's just got to get, like he's saying, he's got to get rid of that slice. And he hammers the ball. Now, Black Cloud sent this Brooks Koepka official. I want to thank my family and my team, continued support. I don't know if I can... I'm watching the video, Black Cloud. New program that PGA is doing, returning members. Over 2 years. You have to have won a major. Only applies to 4 people. So you have to have won a major to go back? No bonus money in 2026. Forfeit player equity shares for 5 years. 50 and 85. Yeah, so you guys were right based on this. Rough Customs. It looks like you found it. That was the follow. Now I think you just got to do the sub thing. Expires on February 2nd. One-time offer. That's crazy. I figured it out, but also figured out that my Prime account is under my wife's email, so I have to set up the Twitch email under her email to get the sub, which is not conducive to the brand. You don't have to. I did it because I share a Prime account with my family, so it's actually under my dad's email. As long as you know the password, as long as you know how to sign in, which I'm assuming you do, to that account. If you set up your Ryan ASU Golf Twitch account, you can go into Twitch and link it to that. It can be a different email to the Amazon, because I set up mine, like my golf one, and I'm waiting for someone else to gift that one too, but you can't gift it to yourself, which makes sense. But if you have your Twitch account, under your Twitch settings, it says connect to Prime, and then you just log in under your wife's email for Amazon, and it connects the two, and it'll show up as Ryan Golf is the Prime. If PGA gets one more of the 3 live guys back, live is toast. Just scroll to the terms and conditions. PGA enforce all the players want to come back till the squeeze job. Yeah, I mean, you got to figure they probably were forced to even do it. They probably didn't even want to let people, but it's my wife's Prime. I still did it because Twitch can be fully different, just linked. Yep, 100%. Whiskey Rich, did you figure out, if you're still in here, did you figure out? It looks like you found the channel and you followed. That's basically like subscribing. I don't know. I didn't get the notification that came through though. I don't know if you did the Prime thing or not, but maybe he's halfway there. Still working. Pretty cool though, the chat, right? Still working it. Appreciate you, Whiskey Rich. Now that you're in Twitch, you should be able to, just like I said, basically what Ryan, if he wants to do it, he can do the same thing. You now just in your Twitch settings, it's like one of the middle tabs. It's like profile, one of the middle tabs, and it shows connect to Prime. And you just log into your Amazon, and it connects it to your Twitch account. All right, if you guys are doing that, I'll wait a couple minutes just so I can go in. I can shout you out because I do really appreciate it. I know I'm kind of a broken record with this whole Twitch thing now, but I think for most people it's just unused. Uh-oh. Am I still live? I just got an OBS thing that said disconnected from server. I think I'm going to leave that. Hopefully I'm still live. This is what I'm talking about with all this OBS stuff I'm doing. Trying to do it now. Don't get too big time. Well, don't worry. The only people that are in here from Twitch are Glitchy Golf and Whiskey Rich. He did say, though, the chat goes through quicker. It's just the same thing over there that it is here. Hopefully I'm still live, though. I got an OBS error. That's why some of this stuff that I'm testing, a lot of it can go bad pretty quick. Still live on YouTube. Good here. All right. Well, I'm just going to leave it. It says like it was disconnected from the server. There's an OK button. I'm just not going to press it. Follow the video and do it later. All right. I appreciate you, Whiskey Rich. I think Ryan may be doing it right now, but we'll wait another couple minutes. Because I set up I won't ruin it, but it's a golfer, does a little dance. If you want to, Whiskey Rich, I could pop on Discord. It'll take literally 60 seconds. I know it's just tough navigating different platforms that you've never seen before. This Amazon account does not have Prime membership, so I have to access Prime benefits. That's what it tells me when I go to connect it. Eating my adult Lunchable. Really? So do you not have Prime then? Figure it out. So like when you order stuff from Amazon, Ryan, do you have like the 2-day shipping kind of stuff or no? Maybe you just have a regular. I think that's what Black Cloud was saying. Maybe you just have like a regular account, not a Prime account. I think Prime, I want to say it's like $150 a year, maybe. But I think it's well worth it. The amount of stuff that I get on Amazon. Otherwise, they charge you shipping every time, and it's slow. From the Prime account we use as a family. Yeah, so I guess if you have the Prime, then it'll just be you'll have to link it to that email, whatever that email is. I know. Sorry, this is kind of like backwards type of stuff, but I'm hoping most people, they know like their login and it should be simple. Otherwise, I guess don't bother with it. It's not that big of a deal. I think the Twitch Prime it's like a $5 value, but it only comes out I think about half of that, so like $2.50 or $2.25, maybe even less. If anyone out there, though, if you don't know how to do it, how you're going to do it, I'm happy if you want to hop on like a Discord call or a phone call or something, get it straightened out. Don't worry about the shout out. Well, I appreciate you. I mean, I'll add you down below too for the Twitch subs, but I figure if you're gonna do it, it's cool. You get the little pop up thing here while I'm live. Just ordered a couple Bionic gloves from Prime yesterday. It's supposed to be a bit more feel. Oh, here's some of that riffraff. We got a spam account in Twitch. Pad reinforced. I don't know. It sounds familiar. I think I know what you're talking about. They have more of the padding. I've never used them. I stick with these. I've been using these now for probably 5+ years. These Finger 10 golf gloves. They're microfiber, so they work awesome in the rain. I don't play a ton in the rain, but when it's sweaty, hot and sweaty out, they work better for that condition as well. And opposed to leather, if they get gross and nasty and they smell, you can just literally toss them in the washing machine, and they're really cheap. I love these gloves. Still at him. Am I hitting it better? We're kind of just whacking it around at this point, Toast. I was just waiting to see a couple of the boys that have Amazon are gonna try to link their account. So I was gonna wait for to shout them out on the stream, but we're getting down to the end of it here. Speaking of Lunchable, I'm pretty hungry. My stomach's been growling for the past like hour. I can almost guarantee though, as soon as I stop going live, Ryan or Whiskey Rich will figure it out within like 2 minutes. We had a disconnect, but at least the chat seems to be working better. The other one yesterday that I tried just literally didn't work at all, which was frustrating. So I had to fix stuff on the fly. This seems to be better. We're still getting some errors. We had the stream drop, I think, a little bit. I don't know if that's a computer issue, OBS issue, internet issue, what the case is there. And we have an error right now. But I think maybe a little bit of improvement from yesterday. Texas coming to town. Yes, sir. I was rooting for the Steelers last night. I was hoping they would win because I think that would be an easier game. But any given Sunday is what they say. Comes down to 60 minutes of football. And at this point, all the teams are good. Anyone can win it. So you just got to get some lucky breaks, have things go your way. Hopefully offense plays better. Defense plays as good as they did last time. And I think we'll be in decent shape. I'm still worried about the Bills, though. We'll see what they do against the Broncos, but I do not want... I think I'd rather... I don't know. As of right now, if I had to pick, if it comes down, say the Patriots win, and I had to pick between the Broncos or the Bills, I think I'd rather play the Bills. I'd rather play the Broncos, rather. I do not want to play... If Josh Allen turns into Superman, it's very, very tough to beat him. So, I think... On average, I think the Broncos may be a little bit easier to beat than the Bills.
Ryan is Seagolf07 just subscribed.
Let's go. Appreciate you, Ryan. We figured it out. And that thing actually went through. That's one thing I got to figure out. So that went through. I can see that on my chat. I saw it read out the same thing, and I can see that. For whatever reason, super chats don't go through on my end over here. They go through like that. Technology. You see Phil doing his little, whatever that company was. Phil doing his little dance. Pesky Seahawks. Let's go, Ryan. I appreciate you. I'll get you added down below for the Twitch members, so you get a double shout out under the scrolling ticker, but. I just figured the Amazon thing, most people don't even know that it's even available, and it literally costs you 0 cents extra. It's just part of your Prime, and I think most people don't even know it's there. So I think it's like I keep saying, a good way if you don't even know it's there and you're not using it, just to, if you're so inclined, support the channel literally for free, which is greatly appreciated. A couple more glitchy golf we were talking about, a couple more, and maybe I'll start shopping for a private jet. Tweaking on Twitch. We're tweaking, baby. We're tweaking. But yeah, I agree, Blackhawk. No one wants to see the Bills because of Josh Allen. The only thing with that is, though, Josh Allen, which he's very capable of, and that's how they won throughout this season, and they lost on the ones they didn't. He needs to turn into Superman for them to win, which he's capable of doing, but that's not something you can do every game. So if he doesn't turn into Superman and absolutely take over the game, then I don't know about them winning against any of the teams left. But if he does, they're probably beating most of the teams that are left. So it's tough. Luckily, you don't get to pick who you're playing. So wherever the chips may fall, so be it. Hopefully the Pats are one of them. Send you how to on Discord. Did you see the video? The video should be easy. I don't know. I think you did it through Twitch. It's basically just your Twitch settings, right? Because that's how I did it. I already had the Twitch account first, and then it's just in your Twitch settings, and it says connect to Prime or whatever. I really appreciate it, though, Ryan. You've been a good addition over here as of late with joining the community. It's been fun. See if K-Rob has Amazon Prime. Had to go to the Prime Gaming page, link my Twitch account there. Then let me connect via Twitch. Whiskey Rich is on Amazon Video. I don't know my voice password. Golf balls automatic driver for indoor simulators and golf driver range teeing machine? What's that, Chris? Is that one of those things that you press and it puts the ball down for you? How much is that? How much do those things cost? I've seen people that have them. It's kind of a little bit similar to Topgolf, where you put a big bucket of balls on the top of it. You like press the lever, and the thing comes down and puts the ball on the tee for you. I think Ubsy Golf has one of those that I saw. Shout out to Ubsy. $150. Not bad. I don't know. You think? I guess that's probably similar to like a sim accessory, kind of like a control box. I don't have a control box. There's a really cool software Whiskey Rich showed me called Voice Attack. I use that sometimes instead of a control box, but the control box is around that same thing too. $150 if you use it a ton, I guess. I don't know if I would justify $150 for it, but on a tee, it goes on the ground for a wedge and iron. I have it. It's awesome. Huh. Audio's out. Wonder if that still going on my end. Sometimes YouTube gets wonky toast. You can't hear me saying this, but if this ever happens to anyone else, if you just close the app and come back, then sometimes that corrects it. That's more of a YouTube thing, I think, than it is me. You had mentioned a distance calculator someone was working on. I can't remember who it was, but I'm interested. I can send it to you. He posted it a couple times in my Discord. I joined what it is. I haven't tried it, but audio's good. Sometimes it glitches. Yeah, if that ever happens to anyone else, it seems to be a YouTube thing. It's mostly on your phone. If you're watching it on your phone, if you just close the app, completely close out of it, not just like click the home screen, but like completely shut it down and come back, it'll fix it. Get K-Rob to do it as well. Appreciate you, Ryan. Glitchy Golf, I'll do it right now before I forget. There's always stuff like this that comes up, and I say, okay, I'll send it to you after. And then there's like 10 things that I forget to send after. Apparently, I don't know if Murph's still in here. If Murph tested it, the guy's name's Alan Harker, I think. I heard it's still new, so it's a little bit buggy. But I guess it integrates into it like integrates into GSPro somewhat, and it pulls the data, so it like calculates stuff for you. It's called Mixed Reality Golf. Let me see. I'll search Discord for it. You haven't tried it, Murph? Harker AD, that's his username on Discord. Why can't I? He set up a separate Discord. What I'll do is I'll send you an invite to the Discord itself, the Discord server, Glitchy Golf. I think that may be the easiest way. Invite a friend. Hopefully we're friends. Okay, we are. All right, I just invited you. That's the Discord server, and I think he has the download in there. Still no audio. Can someone type in the chat? Just say, someone type toast, close out of YouTube, and then come back or something like that. I just need to prepare for himself to not click the same exact button. Click the exact button I tell him to. Need all the help I can get with math. Need sandals to count to 20. Now I'm back. All right, Toast, if you can hear me now, if that ever happens again, that's it's a YouTube issue. I'm assuming you're watching on your phone, Toast. If that ever happens again, that was happening a couple months ago, but just close the app and reopen it. There you go. Whiskey Rich put it in there. That's all you have to do. And I've had that happen to me on my phone. If that ever happens, just close out of the app completely and then just come back in, and it should fix it. But almost 3:45. I think I'm going to wrap it up here, folks, unless anyone has any pressing comments, questions, or concerns. Mostly garbage because of your mentor, Danko. What's up, Take It Low? Yeah, I was saying that at the beginning. I did a little nod to the Dankster in terms of the title with my mostly garbage golf. Scroll back a couple minutes and click live again. That works too. Huh. Good tip. But yeah, I channeled my inner Dankster in terms of the vertical title. But I think I'm going to wrap this up and try to figure out how to turn all this stuff off. Hopefully it works. There may be a decent likelihood that I'm just like still live hours on end after this on one of these things, but heading out to go after no pros. Good luck. I did. I'm in first place currently on Feel Good. I shot 6 under, which honestly wasn't that great, but Zona was in first place. I'm in first place as of right now on Twisted Feel Good. That was the only thing I did. Probably do. I'm saving pitch and putt for Friday with Stice Man. Tomorrow, I'll probably do maybe a league. Maybe we'll do no pros or something. Maybe triple bogeys. Maybe take it lows or crushing it. We'll maybe I'll like spin a wheel or something. We'll probably do a league, and then I'll probably do the if I can play a little bit quicker. Probably do the par 3 after. Hopefully my irons are a little bit better. So tomorrow, most likely around the same time, probably 1 o'clock Eastern or so, and we'll do a quick league round, and then we'll try to get through the twisted par 3. Actually, maybe we have I have the stroke play to do still on twisted. Maybe we wait for Thursday to do that. Oh, and then I have Thursday Thunder. I don't know. That's the problem with all these events. You start trying to figure out what you're going to do, and then other stuff piles up. How can you get it twisted? I mean, I can put in a good word for you with Strong Design Studio Joe. Unfortunately, there's a pretty long list, and the way that those clubs work, they're capped on members. So it's pretty much like one person, full schedule. Pretty much one person has to leave or get booted out because they're not playing enough to open up spots, unfortunately. So it's not like we don't want everyone to play. I mean, I don't run it or have much to do with it. I just been referring people that I think would be a good fit to Joe, and then he's ultimately the one that makes the decision. But I can tell him that you're interested, and then you get added to the list, and then from there it's kind of out of my control. But that's about it. He was looking for a couple months ago when we all first joined. Thought that was the case. Yeah, a couple months ago when he had some spots open up and was looking for people to join. Joe played in a couple Thursday Night Thunders and had a lot of fun. So we started to ask some of the guys that were in kind of my Discord, my community type of thing. Just some of the lively guys that were fun to play, and they play a lot. And now since then, it seems like there's a lot of people over there now, which is fun. But yeah, I'll put in a good word for you guys. And everything is based off of net. So everything is net, good or bad. And I think it's completely separate from SGT. You don't even need an SGT account. But I want to say this first 6-month season or whatever it was like $15. And now I think Cook, the guy that runs SGT, is doubling the price. So it's $1,000 a year for the whole club, which it used to be $1,000 for the first year and then $500 for every year after. Now it's all going up to $1,000, I guess, for every single year. So it'll be probably $30 instead of $15 additionally. But I'll do that now too. Another thing, so I don't forget. I'll send Joe a message right now. I definitely need more reasons to get in the sim. It's fun. It becomes one of those things. The main thing he wants, if you happen to get in, or anyone that's in there knows, he just wants people that are active, right? Like he doesn't want someone. I'm even borderline. I'm on the bubble in terms of getting kicked out because I don't play enough. He just wants people that are active and are actually like using their spot and playing the rounds. Just because, like, for example, you and K-Rob want in. If there's someone in there that is in the membership or is in the club and there's only certain spots and they're just not playing, then it's like, all right, we have someone that actually would like value being in here and like really have fun playing versus someone that is just kind of taking up a spot. So that's really the only thing he asks. He just wants people to be active, kind of thing, which makes sense. So if you kind of make it a point to kind of prioritize those rounds, but all right. Longer stream today. I'm going to wrap this up. About what time did I go live? 12:30. Just before that, about a little over 3 hours. Usually I've been keeping them to about 2. But fun having some different people pop in, answer some questions. Really appreciate Flying Fat Kid sent a super chat. Mr. M Town Barber Rich sent a super chat. Ryan joined on Prime. I don't think Crushing It joined when I was off air last night. And Glitchy Golf also joined last night. Take care. Thanks for the info. Appreciate you, Chris. I guess while we're at it, Chris, if you happen to have Chris Becker, if you happen to have an Amazon account, if you're going to buy anything, what I've been saying with the Twitch account, I would greatly appreciate. But I just appreciate you guys watching. Hollyland's going to run out of battery. These things are honestly awesome. I think the battery life is like 6 to 8 hours, and I have another one that's fully charged anyways, but I'm out of here. I appreciate you guys watching. If anyone does consider becoming a member on YouTube for $5 or use your Twitch Prime free one on Twitch, I would greatly appreciate it. But we'll be back out here tomorrow, and then again for Thursday Thunder, and then Friday for Stice Man, and then football Saturday and Sunday, so we'll see. I want to try to watch those games. So full schedule, like Glitchy Golf said, but it's fun. It's always fun. But I'm out of here. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you out here tomorrow. Let's see if I can figure out these OBS issues. I'll hit you with my my cool end screen now that I have this. Boom.